going live. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us, and welcome to a tutorial and playthrough of Pole Position. Not the 80s arcade game, which I used to love as a kid, before your time, Ian. This is a Formula One themed racing game for up to 6 players, which is going on Kickstarter at the start of December. This is a sponsored video, sponsored by Do It Games from Spain. Thank you very much, Arthur, for asking me to create this video. And when Arthur contacted me and asked me to create the video, I don't think he was aware of how much of a Formula One fan I am. I'm a huge Formula One fan, have been for 25 years now, I think it is. So I'm always very interested in Formula One racing games. And this one particular, the reason why I said yes to covering this on the channel was that even just looking at the bit of blurb about this game, it looked very much like a modern Formula One game. We've got a lot of motor racing games out there, but this one definitely had all of the elements that is in modern Formula One. It's got DRS zones, it's got slipstreaming, it's got tyre choices, it's got all sorts of things. We're going to be showing you how the game plays tonight by playing through it. I'll explain the rules as we go along. A few things that I wanted to say before we start. First of all, thank you to Rob for joining us.
Thank you.
Ian.
Thank you.
And Peter.
Hi.
We've all played a practice game this afternoon, so we all pretty much know the rules. And yeah, we're going to be playing the game and teaching you how we play. Now, what you're seeing here is a prototype copy of the game. It looks very nice, but it is still a prototype. There are tweaks being made to the graphic design. The rules are also still being worked on. So what we're going to show you today is a good idea of how the game plays. But if you're watching this video in 2 years' time, or in a year's time, whenever the Kickstarter finally delivers, don't take what we say here as absolute gospel, because the rules are being tweaked and developed along the way. And we've certainly got a couple of suggestions which we're going to feed back after this game. So this is just to give you an idea of how it plays. Right, final thing before we start, big thank you to all of my patron supporters for funding the channel. If you like the content that I create, obviously give the video a like, leave me a comment afterwards, but consider supporting me at patreon.com/gaming rules. Right then, we're going to be playing on the United States racetrack tonight, which is board number 4, as you will see here. So presumably they've designed at least 4 boards for the game. And like all motor racing games, there's probably going to be more boards coming out there. In all motor racing games, the idea is that you've got to cross the finish line in first position. You can play up to 12 tracks. We're going to be, 12 laps. We're going to be playing up to 6 laps today. We're going to be doing a 6-lap race. You can probably just do 5 laps to see all of the mechanisms of the game. But the more laps you do, you're going to see the different tyre choices come in. If we're playing, as we found out this afternoon, if we're only playing a short game, the tyre choices aren't as relevant, but you have limited tyre selections in this game, and your tyres will degrade as time goes on. So we're going to be playing over 6 laps. The first thing we need to do is we need to do qualifying. And this game simulates the current Formula One rules, where qualifying is split into 3 sections. So shall we start? Now, the thing to mention is we're not going to be using the driver skill cards or team cards. There are in the box driver skill cards and driver team cards. Each player will get one of those at the start of the game. We're not going to be using those for our first game. It is a variant that you can play without them for your first game. Just know that they exist. They will give each player certain special player powers. Yeah, if anyone just wants to show a few of those on screen, there you go. But we're not going to be using them today. We're just going to be using the basic rules. So, Q1. In Q1, we all need to roll dice. Well, no, yes, first we need to decide what tyres we're going to qualify on. Because, and I'll just show you my player board quickly. This is my player board here. These are the sets of tyres that I've brought with me for this race weekend. I have 1 set of soft tyres, 2 sets of hard tyres, 2 sets of intermediates, 1 set of wets. Now, if you don't know Formula One, soft tyres will go faster because they've got more grip. They stick to the ground, but they wear out quicker. So my soft tyres will only last me for 2 laps. You can go longer, but you start to get penalties. If I use a pair of soft tyres in qualifying, I will get an advantage, but it will take 1 lap off the amount of laps that I have for that tyre. Or I could choose one of my hard set of tyres. It means I won't qualify as well, but yeah, it's not using up the soft tyres. So each of us secretly decides whether we want to use the hard or the soft tyres. At the moment, there are no rules for qualifying in the rain. We've all got suggestions for those, which we'll feed back to Arthur later on. But at the moment, the rules are that all qualifying takes place in the dry. Okay, I've chosen my tyres.
Right, be a bit slow. I'm going to go random again.
Are you going to go random again?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So I'm going soft tyres.
I'm going...
And you 3 are all going hard tyres. Right, okay. So what we'll do now is we might as well take the counters now. Could I have a 1 counter for my soft tyres? So what I'm going to do, normally soft tyres have a lap of 2 life. I'm going to put a 1 on there now because I'm effectively using up 1 lap worth of my tyres.
3.
Yeah, and people with the hard tyres, it goes down from 4 to 3, but they have 2 sets of hard tyres, and because we're only playing 6 laps, you'll probably not use those tyres again.
Adapter.
Yeah, we'll see.
No.
We've also got the weather table, which is down here. We'll come on to that after qualifying, because qualifying takes place a day before, usually. So off we go for qualifying. The order in which we roll doesn't really matter. Whose are these hard tyres? Maybe they were your missing hard tyres from
maybe they
earlier.
were.
We found them. So in qualifying, we each roll a d6, and if you've got soft tyres, you add 2. So I'm on the soft tyres, so I'm going to add 2 to this. I can't roll it in the box.
I was going to say, do you get a penalty?
There you go. So I've rolled a 4. I'm going to put one in. Now, in qualifying, we want to roll high. The highest number is better for qualifying. They might change that in the final rules. So Peter's rolled a 1, so you're yellow. 4 for green. Now we have to decide randomly who's slightly ahead of the other. And a 3 for red. So me and Ian need to roll to see which one of us is actually the fastest at the moment. So I'm a 6. If you were using the driver card, you would use the driver card at this point. 4. So yeah, so that's the order. We've currently got yellow, who's the slowest car, then red, then green, then purple.
Now I could spend a
Yes.
skill point.
So if none of us do anything about it, in Q1, 1 car is going to get eliminated from qualifying, which is going to be the yellow car, who will start at the back of the grid. However, each of us now secretly decides whether we want to push ourselves. So each of us has these 2 tokens, which look the same on the front, but on the back, one of them has a ×2 on it and the other one doesn't. If we choose the blank one, then nothing actually happens. But if we choose the ×2 token, what we have to do is we have to spend 1 driver skill point. We start off with 8 skill points. You spend 1 of them to basically roll again twice. So we each have to secretly decide whether we're going to do that or not. Okay, so I'm not.
I'm not.
You 2 are. Right, okay, so Peter, do you want to go first? You spend a skill point. You roll the dice twice more. 2.
2. 3.
3. Yeah, so you've gone up to 3.
Okay.
We'll decide if Rob doesn't roll higher than a 3, which one's the fastest out of you 2.
1. Getting slow.
And a 1. So it's between you 2 who's actually the fastest on a 3. So you're 3.2. Rob? 3.1. So unfortunately, Rob is eliminated
That's
from
really good.
Q1.
Are you allowed to spend?
No,
No.
no, it's just a one-off thing.
Okay.
So the red car is eliminated from Q1, and you're going to start 4th on the grid. You've got all your bad dice rolls out of the way.
Hopefully.
Right, we move into Q2. We do exactly the same. We keep the same tyre choice, but we roll again for Q2. And again, 1 car will be eliminated at the end of this. So I'm on a 6 because I'm at +2.
And we don't use any extra durability.
Okay, so yellow's on 3, green's on 1. Again, we choose whether we want to... I'm not.
I'm not.
Okay, so Ian is.
Okay.
Ian spends a skill point. You get 2 more rolls. Push you equal, push you higher.
There you go.
So yellow is eliminated from Q2. And we now go into Q3, which is a shootout between us 2. I've still got my soft tyres on. So I'm on a 4. Sorry, I'll let you do it, Rob. Oh, it was almost at a 6. So we need to have a roll off to see who's the fastest for. So you're 4.3. I'm 4.1. So that's right for the moment. Yeah. So now that we've played again, this is interesting because I know what 1 driver skill point can do. But okay, I've decided. I'm not going to spend
I'm not.
because the chance of me rolling higher than a 4 on 2 dice. So
There's-
qualifying is over.
There's a lot more things to use points on.
The green car is first, purple car is second, then yellow, then red. Right. Then the next thing we need to do is, now do we determine weather before this? We've already determined the weather, but let me just show you the weather part of the board. I think it's this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's this button here. He says. Yes, this is the weather table. So the weather table is unique for each individual racetrack. And what you have is you have a series of columns, you have a series of rows, and you have a tracker here. At the start of the game, you will roll a dice to determine which column you start in. Then you'll roll a dice to see which row you start in. So right now we've started here, so it's sunny. However, what's going to happen is this white marker here, this is going to move down this track. And whenever it goes from 6 back to 1, we advance this forward. So right now, we all know that there is rain on the way. And this marker usually moves a couple of times per lap. So we know that on average, in about 4 laps time, it's going to start raining. And then the heavy rain's going to come, and then the heavy rain will clear. So you've got a little bit of an advance notice about the weather, but there is a random factor. It might come in earlier, it might come in later. If the dice doesn't roll well, it might never come in at all. But yeah, you've got weather that is specific for each racetrack. Right, so next is we need to determine, again, secretly, which tyres we're going to start the race on. And you can choose which tyres you start the race on, independent of the choice that you made earlier on. So no matter which tyre you qualified on, you can actually start on any of the tyres. Right, I've chosen.
That's the right choice. I'm doing it anyway.
I'm going to start on the hard tyres.
That's what I was thinking.
Hard.
Soft. I'm going soft.
Okay, so if we have a look at my board, I'm starting on the hard tyres. Hard tyres have got a life of 4, so I'm going to take this counter and I'm going to put it on 4. Every time I cross the start-finish line, I'm going to move this marker down to 3, then down to 2, then down to 1. If I want to carry on using the tyre after that, I move it down to here, and I will get a -1 on all of my movement points. If I wanted to push it even further, I can go down to here, -2 on all of my movement points, but there's also a risk of blowout if you're driving around with tyres that are really worn out. So that's where I am. Peter, you've gone on soft tyres.
Yep.
So you've got a life of 2. Ian, you're on soft.
Hard.
Rob, you've gone on the hard tyres as well. Right. We're ready to start the game. And the game's played in a series of rounds. In each round, we will each roll to basically decide how far we move. The dice you roll depends on which set of tyres you're using. So the soft tyre is this red dice, which is the numbers 9 to 12, but there's only 1 9 and 1 12. The hard tyre is the yellow one, and then you have the intermediates and the wets, which we're not going to be using at the start of the game because you don't want to be driving around on a dry track with intermediate tyres because they heat up and burn the rubber off more. So we're going to be using these 2 dice at the start of the game. And basically you roll the dice and you move that many spaces on the board. However, the first 3 rounds of the game are special. In the first 3 rounds of the game, we actually just roll the white dice and we compare it to a special table to see how far you move. So if you roll a 1 or a 2, it's 4. A 3 or a 4, it's 5. And a 5 or a 6, it's 6. And there's other special rules as well for the first 3 rounds of the game. Normally, if we just zoom in on this part of the board, I think it's here. So you will notice, I don't know where my pointy stick is, so I'll use this pencil. You notice that on this big start finish straight here, we have these dashed lines. These dashed lines are only for the start of the game. So at the start of the game, we have to count each of these individual spaces. Once we've done the start, we ignore these dashed lines, and this becomes effectively one, big spaces. So we use the dashed lines. Also, during these starting 3 rounds, we can move diagonally. Normally, you cannot move diagonally on the straights. We can also overtake each other without having to fight for position. And what else happens at the start of the game? There's lots of extra special rules that we can't do.
We can't use points.
We can't do late braking. We can't use our engine, push our engines.
Do we do
Or
a
skill
weather roll?
points. I was
We
wondering.
don't do a weather roll either. I don't think we do a weather
I was
roll at the
wondering
start.
about that. Yeah.
So off we go then. The first of the special starting rounds. Ian is first because he's ahead. What have you rolled?
Rolled a 1.
So that's 4 movement points. Right, I'm next. So that's 6 movement points. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm alongside, but I'm slightly behind. Ian is still ahead. Ian will get to roll first next round. That's 4 movement points. And that's 4 movement points as well. Right, that's round 1 done. Okay, round 2. Ian, you're up.
Still don't roll a weather die.
I don't think we roll the weather
Okay.
die for the first 3
For the
rounds.
first 3.
Arthur
Yeah.
will tell us if we're doing that wrong, but I don't think you do.
3. So that
3
4,
is
5.
5. Yeah, weather conditions cannot be changed, so there's no need to roll weather dice
Okay, that's fine.
in these starting rounds. In the box. So that's 5. Yeah, okay. I'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Five again.
That's 5. 5 is the new 10.
4 again.
4.
Come on, Rob.
Right, so special starting round number 3.
Yep.
Final.
Did you want to cover corners before
Well,
I take it? or
yeah,
not?
if you do your movement, I'll
Let's
zoom
try
in
do
on
my
that corner.
movement and then you can explain what I'm doing. 1,
So that's 4 movement.
1, 2, 3.
Right, the reason why Ian's done that is this double chevron here, this indicates the start of a corner. And you see the red line there, that means that this is the start of a technical corner. Whenever you go into a corner, if you've moved through this space, so if you start going into the corner on the double chevron space, what it means is you can take the racing line. And the racing line is basically these shaded boxes here. If you're on the racing line, you count that as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're massively quicker if you go through on the racing line. If you don't go through on the racing line, then every space you move has to be touching one of the adjacent spaces. So you can see it's a lot slower if you don't go through the racing line. Now, the difference between a technical corner and a non-technical corner is in a technical corner, which is this one with the red line, if you don't start on the racing line, then you cannot pick up the racing line anywhere along the way. But if it wasn't a red line, if it was just a normal corner, then even if you don't start on the racing line, you can pick up the racing line later on. You'll see that later on, but this is a technical corner. So because Ian started on, or at least went through this space, you were here, weren't you?
Yeah.
So you went 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, it's now me. And I'm going to roll, and I've got 6 movement points.
Interesting.
Now,
Do we have to use all of them?
we have to use all of
You
them.
do,
So in
don't
these 3 starting rounds, you must use all of your movement points. That isn't the rules for later on, but at the start of the game, you have to use all of your movement points. So, and again, because this is the starting 3 rounds, I can go diagonal to there. I'm now on the racing line. So I've used 1. That means I can go 2, 3. But at this point, I'm a bit sort of messed up because I'm going to have to go round you, which means I'm going to go off the racing line.
You're going to be temporarily in the lead, but yes.
I will. And because it's a technical corner, I can't pick the racing line up again halfway through, which means although I'll be ahead of you, you'll take the racing line.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to go 1, 2, 3. Now, normally in this game, when you overtake somebody like that, there is a special overtaking rules, which we'll come on to later on. In the first 3 rounds of the game, that doesn't happen. So basically, I've gone there. I'm now slightly ahead, but I'm off the racing line.
5. Is that 5?
Yeah, yellow's moving 5. And Rob's moving 4. You don't need to bother rolling, Rob.
Yep.
Oh, no, it's 6.
Oh.
Are you staying on the inside? Oh, you can still move diagonally across, can't you? If you need to.
Not from now.
Oh, yeah. So this
Oh,
is your last chance to move diagonally.
Ah,
Okay, so really I should be there.
Just put yourself there.
I'll
Yeah,
go
that's
to
fine.
there and then to there.
Right. So the first 3 rounds are over. Special rules for the first 3 rounds. From now onwards, we're now rolling the dice according to our tyre choices. And we can do all sorts of extra stuff. We don't have to move our full distance that we rolled. We can do something called late braking that we'll explain when we get to it. You can push your engines. You can spend driver skill points to move further in corners. You can even use driver skill to re-roll the dice if you don't like it. There's lots of things that you can use driver skill for. But at the start of the starting player's turn, and I'm now actually slightly ahead, what happens is we roll the weather dice. So the weather dice is a d6, but it's got 2 weather symbols on and 4 blanks. And I'm also going to roll the d12 with it, because if the weather changes and I roll a 1 on the event die, then we get a random event happening. So here we go. Right. Well, we rolled a 1, but this is blank. So the weather thing didn't tick down and there is no event. Right. I'm now going to roll. So I'm on hard tires, which is the yellow dice. I don't think I've got any modifiers. So I'm moving 10. The yellow dice, by the way, is an 8, 2 9s, and 3 10s. So I'm moving 10. But I'm off the racing line. So I've just got to count normal spaces. So I'm going to go 1, 2. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, now, I have now left that corner, but I've still got 3 movement points left to use. And all of these things that I just mentioned, late braking, force pushing your engine, all of that stuff, can only be done either before you use your dice roll for movement or afterwards. You cannot interrupt it. So I've still got 3 movement points left. One of them, this is a straight. I'm going to go into there, and that is the double chevron, which means I'm starting the next corner. So 1, which means I can go there and then there. Now that I'm in a corner, I can do something. I can spend driver skill points in order to move extra spaces. And each extra space that I move in this corner is actually going to move me to each of the shaded sections. But I don't think I'm... What tyres are you on, Ian?
Soft.
So you're rolling a d12?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. So it's you next.
Did you want to...
Yeah, so this has got a 9, 2 10s, 2 11s, and a 12.
Eleven.
11.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
6.
I'd stop there if I were you. I'd just forego your remaining 5 movement points.
So
this is a non-technical corner. That
Yeah.
means if Ian comes off the racing line, he can pick it up again by going to one of the shaded
that
spaces.
is that's not that. Yeah.
No, so there's no actual diagonals in corners. You just, as long as it's connected to it via a side, then you can. You've got 5 movement points left.
So 1.
If you want to avoid the fight,
I have to go there. Yeah.
you have to go here, and you can go the long way round me. So if you try and overtake somebody from an adjacent space, there is a fight. We get out of our cars and we punch each other up. Or if you go completely on the other side of the road, that avoids the fight.
Yeah. 2, 3. If I do that, can I do that and that? I don't think I can.
I'm not sure. I mean, if Arthur's in the chat watching, hopefully Arthur from the publisher is in the chat watching.
If I can do, I'll either do that or that.
Because the rulebook, as I say, the rulebook is still being worked on. The version we sent is obviously not the version that's going to be published with the actual
I
game
think that by
itself.
the time you get to that space there, you've already done the
Yeah.
overtake. So you're not in you don't have to do the contest. You'd only do the contest when you're in there. That's what
I think so.
Yeah, because
That-
I did that, and then
Yeah.
came back. So
That's-
I could be there then.
Yeah.
I might as well be there.
Okay. So we'll see if Arthur said that's allowed. Hopefully it is.
Okay.
But I've not seen him in the chat yet. Maybe he was there earlier. Yeah, he's there in the chat. We'll see if it's allowed. Meanwhile, yellow.
9.
Arthur's just said hello. So
Hello, Arthur.
hopefully you can let us know if that is correct.
Now I could use a breaking point to get 3 additional movement because I'm on the addition on
Okay,
the entrance
well,
to the corner.
let's explain that then. So one of the things that we mentioned is late braking. You can do late braking if you are on the space with the double chevron or up to 3 away. So if you are anywhere within this area, between this, you can do late braking. And what that means is that you spend 1 break point and you gain 3 movement points. And that can either be done before or after you've rolled the die for movement. So because Peter started on here, he could late break into this corner, lose 1 of his break points. That would get him 3 extra movement, and that would happen before he resolves the dice. And what was the result on your dice?
9.
9.
So I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend a break point and move 1, 2, 3.
So there's the
So
3.
I'm
And
on
it's
the
up to
racing
3.
line.
You don't have to do all of them.
Now I move 9. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That takes me into this corner.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 7. Now that is ahead of that, isn't it? So that would
Yeah.
get me to second
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go there.
Yeah.
So that I don't have to do the
The
wheel
contest.
to wheel.
So again, yellow has come from here, gone into here, and then gone there, and then gone there, and then there. So we think, and Arthur will hopefully confirm this,
Well, I could have gone from there to there to there to there.
there to there to there. That's actually avoided a fight. Whereas what Green did, and Arthur, if you can just confirm this is okay, Green, you came from here to here, and then you went there. Where did you go?
Was
I think you went here, here,
Yeah.
here, here, and here.
yeah.
So at no point were you in the space.
That was no next.
You weren't there basically. If that's wrong, I apologise, but we think that's how it is. As I say, the final rulebook will hopefully have lots of examples showing you exactly how it works.
So I was either going to go there.
Yeah.
Just me to roll the
You're
yellow
on your hard
dice,
tyres?
white hard dice.
Now you could late break as well if you wanted to, because you are within 3 spaces of the double chevron.
And you always roll the dice before you have to make those decisions.
Oh,
So you can roll the dice,
Oh,
see
yeah.
how far you're going to
So
move.
Arthur is saying
Can you be in charge of that roll?
to see if one car overtakes
Right.
in a corner, you have to count how many spaces are till the end of the corner.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
There-
okay.
There are
Right.
specific overtaking in corner rules.
So apologies for that. We might have missed that earlier on. So overtaking in corners, let me just grab the rule book, see what it says. If the attacker tries to overtake, moving through a lane adjacent to the defender, the overtaking will begin at the moment that the attacker's box is in contact with the defender's without exceeding it. The defender decides whether they want to start a fight or not. If the attacker has the racing line and the defender is in the path of the attacker, next shadowed box.
I was never in, and I was never adjacent to either.
Right. The attacker must temporarily abandon the racing line and stop in a space to fight for
If
position.
you move from there into there, I suppose the question is, does that count as being
That's
adjacent?
that's true. Yeah, that is true.
I think we're okay.
Yeah, I thought.
But yeah, if you want to do your thing, Rob, I'll
Sure.
just read this bit.
Well, if I follow the racing line, then I'll end up here. Well, I can use my engine to move to here,
You
Yes.
can, or you could use a brake.
or I could use a brake, even though I'd be moving into a straight track.
No, because you use a brake
I
here.
can use it there. Yeah.
Well, you could even use it
You could even use it there.
Yeah.
Yes.
if you stop
use it.
here. You can then or here.
Well, 8 would move me to there. So
Or
it'd be
there.
great.
Yeah, you can
there
use
you
it
can
there as
still
well.
use a brake. Yeah.
It's the space that you move into is not a corner, so you can do it, and you're three away or
Right.
less. Or
Okay.
fewer.
Well, I think given that in the last game I used more brakes than engines, I'm going to just do my normal move first and then use an engine to get to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I'll spend an engine point
Which
to
is
push me to there.
it's 3 movements, so you could get to there.
You
Oh,
can't-
okay.
No, you can't because all of your movement has got to be on the straight.
Ah, yes, you're right.
So that's 1 engine point down.
Okay. Yeah.
So let me just explain what's happened there. This is the pushing your engine rules, which Rob has just done. So you can push your engine. Where were you? You were here?
Yeah.
So you can push your engine if the spaces ahead of you are classed as on a straight. And what we've got is the end of the corner is actually here. So this is the last space of the corner, which means these 2 spaces are a straight because the next corner starts here. So what that means is Rob can spend 1 engine point to push, and you can move up to 3 spaces extra, but all of the spaces you move must be on a straight. So therefore, you can only actually move 2 spaces to there. Well, that starts you off on the racing line for the next corner.
Can I have the weather die in the.
Yeah,
Oh.
so we have a change of leader for this round. So you need the weather die and the event die.
I think.
No weather and no.
Okay.
10.
So Arthur is saying because there are 4 spaces till the end of the corner. Meanwhile, green has 3. So I think you count the number of spaces to the end of the corner.
Yep.
To work out who's furthest ahead. That's what he's saying. It wasn't about the overtake. We were
Right,
asking
okay.
about the overtake.
Yeah, because you're on the racing line. You're moving.
So that means that
Faster
you're
than
ahead
I
of
am.
me.
I think so.
Okay, I might have actually gone into a different space, but don't worry.
Shall I swap these?
No, yes, purple's ahead of yellow.
So at corners, the order of the players is determined by counting the number of spaces remaining in their lane until the beginning of the next straight. In case of a tie, it's the one with the outermost lane that will go first. So yeah,
You've
so
got 1,
I have
2,
1,
3,
2, 3,
4.
4. You have
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm slightly ahead of you in terms of rolling the dice.
Yeah. And so, because this is a non-technical corner, because it's a white
Yep.
chevron,
Oh, it's not red.
I can join back to the racing line.
You can.
So 1, 2,
That's the end of that corner.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So what we've just seen there is, I think it's this button. Yeah, so Ian just moved out of here and he onto the straight. Now, I mentioned that when we're doing the first starting 3 rounds, you can move diagonally. That's over now. You cannot move diagonally. So it's a little bit weird, but on a straight, you have to move sideways. So Ian came out of here, went to there, then to here, and then to there. And by going to there, he picks up the racing line for that corner. So you're all done?
Yep.
So it's me next because I'm slightly further ahead and I'm on hard tyres as well. 10. And I'm on the racing line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I don't have to use all of my movement points if I don't want to. And I think that's probably best because if I use my extra movement point, I'll end up here. And then it's going to take me an extra 2.
Yeah.
So I'm actually
Yeah.
better just to slow down a little bit, flash me lights at you.
11.
You might have a challenge on your hands, though.
Bring it on.
I suppose yellow can choose when to rejoin the racing line to.
Yeah,
Exactly. So yellow is currently off the racing line, but because it's a non-technical corner, as long as yellow gets to this space, can then go from there to there.
So 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, this is a technical. 6,
Yeah.
7,
Yeah.
8, 9, 10. And then I can choose not to use the last.
You
of
don't
mine.
have to use the last one.
It's different from the first 3 when we were starting, when you had to use all of your spaces, but you
Yeah.
don't when you're in the race.
Yep.
Okay.
Me again?
Back to you.
10 again. So I'm on the start of the racing line for
Yep.
this non-technical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I choose.
So we've all
Yeah.
done the same. We've all lost a movement point for slow coach green at the front.
Yeah.
Right. That's it. End of that round. Start of the next round.
We have weather
Oh,
and
and an event.
So we've done it again. So we've got the weather and we've rolled a 1. So it's interesting because the weather dice only shows you weather 1 in 3 chance. Basically, there is a 1 in 36 chance every round that there will be an event, and we've had one. So first of all, the weather advances to space 6. Remember, when it goes back round to 1, this marker moves on. You've shuffled them, have you?
I have.
Right.
Yeah.
We get a random event. What have we got?
Weather. That's 6.
Right. Okay. So I'm pretty sure I know what that does. I think we just advance the weather by 6.
Yeah, I think we do. Yeah.
Which means it goes all the way round.
Let's see this, is it?
We're about to get
Right.
rain.
It's going to rain a lot earlier than we'd planned. The wind has obviously changed direction.
Oh dear.
Second rain.
That's
Ow.
changed things a bit, hasn't it?
That hard.
I mean, I can't see is that card doing anything else. So there you go. Weather plus 6. Right then,
Wow.
off you go. So it's going to rain when? Soon.
Very
Very
soon.
soon.
Very
It's
soon.
going to start raining very soon. Right. And you don't want to be out on soft or hard tyres when it starts raining.
11,
That's bad.
Yeah.
Chances are it'll happen
1,
before we get
2,
to their pit stop.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Now, another thing that you can do is when you are in a corner, you can spend 1 driver skill point, or sorry, up to 3 driver skill points to move up to 3 extra spaces.
Yes. I am going to use.
The chat seems very happy about the fact that it's going to start raining.
Yeah, I bet they are. I'm going to use a breaking point because I'm within 3 of this.
Breaking point because you're within 3 of that to move an extra 3
1,
spaces.
2, 3.
Now you could break again. So
You
one of
could,
the
yeah.
slight quirks is that you could actually late break twice in a round. So because Ian was 3 spaces away from the double chevron, he late braked, ended up on the chevron. Because he's on the chevron, on the double chevron, he can late break again and move an extra 3 spaces. But if you late break twice in the same turn, you actually lose 3 break points instead of 2. Now, at the start of the race, we've all got 7 break points and 7 engine points. There are things in the advanced rules that will change what these start on. And this is for the whole race. Remember, you can play a 12-lap race if you want to. We're playing 6 laps. So we don't want to spend these cubes too early, like we did in the practice game this afternoon.
Well, I could also. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of retcon it slightly to use an engine point to have those 3 movement, and then I'll do a break to get 3 more.
So an engine point where? When you were here?
I was there, yeah.
So an engine point will get you 3.
1, 2, 3, yeah.
And you can do that because you're moving on
Onto
a straight.
yeah.
And then you're going to late brake.
Yeah. To go 1, 2.
So he's going to do
3,
it. But you're going to do a combination of engine and...
rather than using lots
Brakes.
and lots of brakes.
Okay. My go. And you're on soft tyres, aren't you?
I am.
I'm moving 10. So I'm on the racing line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be 7, 8, 9. Or that would be 7, 8, 9. So it's the same. And then 10. So I end up there. Now, do I want to do any fancy? So what did we decide about when you pit? You gain 3 skill points and you
You
can
gain
go
3.
above your maximum. So
Yes.
I don't need to spend any skill points. I think I'm fine with that. Yeah, that's okay with me.
9.
And don't forget, you can spend driver skill points to re-roll your dice if you don't like it.
Yeah.
And then you can choose whichever the
I think I must
results.
have complained too many times about rolling 10 all the
You
time.
did.
Yeah, I will use a skill point.
Okay, so you roll again.
Is it once or twice?
Once. But you're never going to get worse.
11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You're going to go for the fight.
I don't think it would. If you pull along there, the fight is only if you then choose to go to there.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I will move ahead of you next time. So there's fine.
Yeah.
You're not losing anything by there.
And you can come back onto the racing line.
Having
because
a kiss of the paintwork.
it's a non-technical corner.
I might as well just stay there.
8. Oh well. Is that, I can't do anything from this perspective except use driver skill points.
You could use driver skill points
that's
now if you wanted to.
Expensive to get here.
Well, you can also use a driver skill point to re-roll that die.
Yeah,
8 is the lowest number on that die.
yeah, that's good. I think I want to speed things up a bit, so
Okay.
I'm going to try again. Thanks.
Roll again.
10. That's a bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yep.
And I could late break.
You could late break, and that would give you an additional 3 movement points.
But I would have to challenge somebody.
Yeah,
because
you'd
of-
then be going round here,
Good challenge you.
and you'd have to challenge yellow.
Yes. Don't think it's worth it at this point.
No, because you'd then be on. Even if you succeeded,
Mm.
you're off the racing line on the longer
Mm.
curve round. Right, next round. Green has pulled quite a lead.
Just breaking the toe.
Yeah. Okay. Weather
Nothing.
does not change.
Does not, but it's a 1 in 3 chance of it now changing.
I know, yeah. Who's going to be coming into the pits this lap? I think all of us, to be honest, because we know it's going to start raining soon.
1, 2, 6, 7, 8.
Any more late breaking?
Yes. Do one. Get 3 more points, please.
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Nice.
I want to get back to the pits
Yeah.
before that rain
Um,
hits.
Critical at the moment, isn't it?
I just want to get through that bit.
Yeah.
It's spotting.
10. So what can I do before I move my 10? I can spend skill points to move extra if I want to. Nah. So 1, 2. That's that corner done. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm going to spend an engine. So the thing that we took a while to understand this afternoon is that engines can only be spent to give you movement points on the straights, but that doesn't mean you need to be in the straight in order to spend the engine point. So I'm spending an engine point, even though I'm still in the corner, it's because I'm in the last space of the corner. So all of the spaces that I move by pushing my engine must be on the straight, which they are. 1, 2, 3. And I can do that again if I wanted to, but if I do it a second time on the same turn, it costs me 3 engine points in total. So I'm not going to do that.
It's important to know that it's the space you're moving into,
Yes.
not the space you're on,
Correct.
that dictates the points you can use.
Although it's only when you're on the last space of the corner that it's possible. If
For
I'm
the engine,
Yeah.
yeah, because you have to use all your points on the straight.
Uh-huh. The chat seems
1,
happy that
2,
it's going to rain soon.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Just because they're a bunch of sadists.
Yeah.
We'll also use an engine. Go 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's not 3, is it?
You can go into here. So we mentioned you can't move diagonals on the straight, but if there is another car ahead of you, you can, because that's slipstreaming. So you can go from there to there.
I will, but I'm slightly behind.
It's slightly behind. There isn't a fight for position because you don't have any movement points left. If you had a movement point left, we would now be a fight. It would be a fight for position.
Nice, it's me then.
Mm-hmm.
9. Okay. I could late break now to
You
go
could late break
could,
now if
yeah.
you wanted to get an extra 3.
which I think I might do, given that I'm a bit behind. So
Yep.
that's the breaking point. 1, 2, 3.
And then you've got your 9.
1,
Hang on. That's the end. That's the end
2,
of the corner.
3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I could use an engine.
You could,
Um,
but where you'd get to with that engine is tricky.
yeah.
If
Yeah.
you can't move diagonal,
Yeah.
except if you were here. So you'd have to go 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
and you'd still end up in a space behind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So arguably not worth it.
Okay.
I'm going to pass on that.
Right.
option, yeah.
So next round, just before we start this round, I did want to say a quick mention. Right now, the England World Cup football match is on. If you are watching it on another screen, please don't put any results into the chat because I'm currently recording it and I'm going to be watching it as soon as this has finished. So yeah, if you've got any spoilers for the England football match, please don't put them in the chat. And I'm hoping Chrissy, when she spots anybody putting them in the chat, will delete them. So all right, the weather has moved. So the weather moves from 6 to 1, which means that goes on. Right, it's now light rain. What happens when it's light raining is if any of us roll more than an 8 on our movement dice, then we have spun off and we actually move very slowly. So at the moment, we're all going to be spinning off like crazy until we get into the pits to change our tyres.
Or we use a lot of skill points.
Or we use a lot of skill points. You can use skill points to prevent from spinning off, but I think you have to spend 1 skill point for every one that you're over.
On these tires, it's
Yeah, so you're on soft tires.
Yep.
Yeah, and the soft tires, just as a reminder, the number is 9 to 12. So Ian, have you rolled more than 8?
Yes, I have, Paul.
He's rolled a 12. So Ian has a choice here. He's going to spin off, which isn't as bad as it sounds. You basically move a bit as you go off the track, and then you're slow when you come back on. Or you could spend 4 driver skill points and you keep the roll of the 12. Now, bearing in mind you currently only have 7 driver
Well,
skill points.
I would go down to 8,
Oh yeah,
wouldn't I?
we said that, didn't we? You're actually using the skill to slow down.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Now, again, these are the current rules that we're playing with today. We've all been having a discussion while we were eating Chinese downstairs of some suggestions that we've got for this, which I'll feed back to Arthur afterwards. But
I am going to do it.
you're going to do it. So you spend 4 skill points to prevent you spinning off.
Yeah.
And that actually reduces your movement down to 8.
It does.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Now, there is a DRS line here and there's a safety car line here. We don't need to explain the safety car line until the safety car comes out, if it does. But we'll explain the DRS line when I take my turn.
I just had a thought. Does DRS work in the rain?
Well,
Doesn't in real life.
No, it doesn't in real life, but Arthur will let us know. He's saying if you spend 4 SP, you would count only 8 because you've reduced the... Yeah, we did that.
which is
We
what
did
I
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a good question. DRS in the rain. So in real Formula 1, when it starts raining, they disable the DRS.
Indeed.
So, yeah, I'm not sure. Does it say that DRS is disabled during the rain? It should be. Let's just check what's in the current rulebook. The DRS cannot be activated in rainy conditions. There you go. Found it before Arthur tells us. So the DRS, I don't need to explain the DRS rules because it's now raining. Okay. So I've rolled a 10. So I'm going to spin off and move 4 unless I'm going to spend...
points.
So I spend 2 driver skill points to reduce that to an 8 and I move 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, do I want to spend more? No, I think that's it. Yep, I'm happy with that.
I've rolled a 10. I'll do the same. 2 driver skill points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
But you're not on the racing line. Okay.
No, but it's a non-technical corner, so you can rejoin.
True. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Ten. Well,
Are you doing the same?
I'm going to spend 2. Yes.
Yeah. So you move 8 as well.
I could use an engine. Here.
So right now you could push the engine.
I think I'm going to do that because I'm in a hurry. So
Again, we couldn't find any rules for pushing the engine or late braking in the rain, but Arthur will tell us if that's allowed. We know that DRS is not allowed in the rain. It's 2. You get, so in rainy conditions, if you push your engine, you get 2 spaces instead of 3.
I'll go back 5,
Same with late braking. So you can do it in the rain, but it's less effective.
6, 7, 8. There we go. I'm there. So I could do a braking now, but I'd have to compete with both of you.
Yes. Well, no, you'd have to compete with yellow because there you wouldn't be overtaking me.
Okay, because the
But
braking
if you
is only
went
worth
from
2.
there to there,
Okay.
it's only 2. Yeah,
Interesting.
in the rain.
But
But if you succeeded, the problem then is you're on this outer line.
it's a non-technical corner.
Yeah, you could come back.
I don't think I'm going to bother. It's not worth it at this point.
Okay. To recover the racing line in a white corner, you had to pass the double arrow as well. Oh, we didn't realise that.
Oh.
That's the double arrow. Oh,
We didn't realise that. Apologies for that. So you have to be on the double arrow to start the racing line. I'm not sure how you track that from one round to the next.
Oh, I think it basically it's meaning that you can start here. You can then
Come off
do
it
that
and go
and then
back
go
on
back
it.
onto it. Yeah,
But I'm not sure how you would track.
it's difficult. That would be.
It is difficult to track.
Yeah.
Definitely need to look at those rules. Would that have changed where you moved?
It would.
Do you want to do yours
Well,
slightly
the trouble
different?
is, I would have ended up there.
okay.
I would have gone one sideways onto there,
Uh-huh.
which means that Rob wouldn't have been able to make it, which means that Rob probably wouldn't have spent that engine point.
We can rewind it
I'll undo the engine point.
now that we know that.
Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
And is that where you would have been?
I think so.
Okay.
There's
Right.
no reason for me to be on a different lane.
Ian. So we now need you to roll the weather dice a lot. like 12 times.
What? So we get a red flag?
No more weather.
No more weather.
It's going to stay wet for the whole race.
Light
It
rain.
might do.
for the whole race.
It might do.
Might even get heavy rain.
12. Ooh, how many
Well, you
skill
don't have
points
4
do I
driver skill.
Yeah, no, I know. I was.
So Ian has spun out. So what happens if you spin out because you've got dry tyres on in the wet is you actually only move 4 spaces, but you're still on the racing line.
Yeah.
So you can still do this 1. Now, I assume you're coming in.
Oh yes.
So it's 1, 2, 3. Now, this is a blue dashed line. We have some blue dashed lines here. Let me just... is that the right button to zoom in on this part? Yeah, can have it. We've got some blue dashed lines here. You only use the blue dashed lines if it's raining, which it is. So you actually move 4, but we put this little marker next to it. So that means that you've actually you've gone off the track a bit. And it does mean that people can overtake you as if you're not there. Now, I'm not quite sure how this works in the pit lane, but you've managed to sort of spin off and into the pit lane kind of thing.
Yeah, basically.
I don't think anybody's going to catch you. And then what happens on Ian's next turn? He doesn't actually roll the dice. He just moves 4 spaces. So that's what happens if you spin off track, is that your movement becomes 4. You put the marker on there, and then it's 4 again on the next turn. Right. Meanwhile, purple car is very likely to be doing something similar. So I rolled a 9. So I actually only need to spend 1 skill point to reduce that to an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm safe.
However,
Meanwhile,
black tyres.
Meanwhile, soft tires over here.
11. So I need to use 3 skill points.
3 skill points to move 8,
Yeah.
or just move 4.
I'll use 3 skill points to move 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Right. I use 1 skill point
There you
to
go,
move
to move
8.
8.
And I use a breaking point to start with.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah,
because
do
you're
that,
within
yeah.
3 of that, you can use a breaking point. But because it's the rain, it's only 2 movement.
Yeah. And then I move my 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. So I'm going to have to stop here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's questionable as to whether it's really worth it.
You can come
No, I can't move
alongside,
diagonal.
but you can if you're slipstream.
Oh, yeah, if you're slipstreaming, you can.
Right. So
Yeah,
I could go
so you
there.
can move diagonal to there. Look at this.
But I'm still ahead. 'cause
You
haven't
are
overtaken
slightly ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
Bit of a pile up.
It's all got very busy here.
Yeah.
me. It's about to get very busy.
Right.
In a bit of
People
a
start
hurry.
spinning off.
Yeah.
No weather.
No weather.
No weather. Right, so Ian just moves 4,
1,
and then I think the
2.
marker gets removed.
3, 4.
Yeah.
Spun back on again.
Still got to roll though.
Yeah. Which is a bit odd because you would be going slow at this
Exactly.
point.
I don't really know how that
No.
works quite.
Again, prototype rules at the moment. There's possibly some tweaks to be made to the tyres in the wet. It's me next. The hard tyres. 10. Now, if I reduce that and go 8, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, let's do it. So I spend 2 driver skill points and I move 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
And this is where I inevitably am going to crash because 12. Because I.
Yeah.
haven't
So you
got-
actually move 4.
But I go 1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4.
4.
Now, this marker means that you're actually off track. So you're not.
Yeah.
Anybody can overtake you. You're not
So-
actually there.
Rob, you can drive straight through me.
Yeah.
I've just got a question.
Mhm.
I'm not on the racing line. I can't get back on the racing line. Is that right? Because I didn't
Correct.
go through that.
Yeah.
You can move sideways before you start though.
So I
still
can do
on-
that.
still
You're
on
not
the
actually.
straight.
You're still on the straight, so you
Yeah.
can move sideways
Okay.
and then go in. Yeah.
That's another point.
Yeah. So you got 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No,
No.
5,
Five.
6, 7, 8.
Oh, okay, straight through.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he's not actually
Okay.
there.
He's a
He's
go.
currently
Okay,
going through
right.
these trees here.
I think
Okay.
you were there. I
Okay.
think you ended up there.
Yeah.
So if you want to change the order of the cars.
Yes.
Right.
No weather change.
10. Do I want to use 2 skill points? Not really.
So you move 4.
Yeah.
We'll just say you move
It's gonna
4.
be
That's
4, yeah.
easy. So what happens when you come into the pits is go here. So as soon as you cross this line here, you enter the pits, and however many movement points you had left, you put that as a little counter on there. So Ian, you were here.
Yeah.
You're moving 4, so it's 1, 2.
Yeah.
You got 2 movement points left. So we get a little thing with number 2 and put it on there. That means when Ian leaves the pits in a couple of turns' time, he's going to add 2 movement points, and it goes on stop. Now, the other things that you do when you enter the pits is that's it. But there will be something that you do next turn, and then on the next turn after that, that's when you leave the pits. Right. Me, what tyre am I on? I'm still on the hard tyre. So I rolled an 8, which is fine. So I go 1, 2, 3. So I've got 5 movement points left. And I'm in the pits. And we've stopped. Okay, red is next.
Oh dear. So I can spin out,
You can just move 4 if you want.
which will put me here,
Yeah,
which is a
put
turn
1, 2,
behind.
3, 4. Yeah.
So I think I really need to spend these.
Well, you say it's a turn behind,
Yeah.
but then when you actually then
Oh, so I'll be
leave the pitch, you'll get a bonus.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Maybe then, yeah.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's not entirely. But next turn I'll move 4 as well.
I think, yeah.
So that does make a difference, I think. But then I can spin out into here, can't I guess.
Yeah. Not 100% sure how the spinning out when you're in the pit lane. If Arthur knows and you're in the chat and you can help us, because I'm not seeing anything in the current rulebook about
pitting underway.
about pitting in the rain, because it does seem odd that you're spinning out and going off track in this section here. I know I read a rule to say that you can't overtake in this section.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
I
Yeah,
think.
Also, in the previous game, we weren't sure whether you could use DRS to go into the pits either. So that's,
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, given that I would spin out twice, it's fairly pointless, I think, because I'd pay once and then I wouldn't be able to do it again. So I would almost certainly spin out in the next bit
Right.
Yeah.
and therefore waste time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so you just move 4.
I think
Yeah.
just do the 4.
and put
And I-
my marker on.
I didn't for mine, so I wouldn't do it for
Yeah,
yours.
I think we'll
Right.
just make a rule up for now for this to say that it's just 4 and it doesn't count
I
as
mean,
a spin out.
there probably should be a pit lane speed limit rule.
Yeah. Arthur saying you cannot overtake in the pit entry. Yeah, we know that. That was clear. It's more about the spinning off because you're going at high speeds in the pit lane. You wouldn't be travelling
wouldn't be
at
doing
that speed
anyway.
in the pit lane. So we're just going to do this for now. And as I say, the rules will be clarified when the game finally comes out. And then yellow. So you're moving 4 and removing the token.
Yeah.
And I assume you're coming in.
Yeah.
Right. Next round. So on the round after, no, you don't leave the pits yet. On your round after you entered the
Rolling weather.
pits.
Rolling
Oh,
weather.
sorry, weather dice. Yeah.
And we have weather.
So that moves on to 2.
We have weather.
So you now decide which type of tyre you want to put on. So the tyres, what tyres were you on when you came in the pit?
I was on soft.
So one tyre, so they go down by a lap. So you
They
need to
do.
get,
Yes, that's true. I need to get a
so
1.
you need to do 1 counter,
There's 1 here.
put them on the soft tyre. You now need to decide
Yeah.
what tyres you want to put on. Intermediate
Intermediate.
or wet, knowing we might have to pit again at the end of the next lap to put the wet tyres on.
I don't think it's going to move that quickly.
We need 5.
We need
weathers.
5 weather rolls.
Remove the pit token. Yeah, and then you change that to first.
Yes.
Okay, well, surprise, surprise, I'm doing something very similar. So could I have a 3 token for my tyres, please?
Yeah.
So my hard tyres go down to 3 laps left, and I can now choose which ones I want to put on. And I'm also going to put intermediates on, which have a life of 6.
If you need them. That's all.
And I'm going to change that. Right, red.
red goes 4, moves here, and then it's
So-
onto the
You
stop.
get 3.
And yellow.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So you've got on there with no movement points left.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah,
So we don't need a counter.
There are no zeros. Yeah.
And we need to put that on there. Right. Next round. Weather again.
There is
Yes.
weather.
Okay. Moves on again. Oh, I don't know whether the intermediates were the right choice.
We'll see.
We'll see. We will see.
So now I roll the.
So now what you do is you roll a d6. So special movement rules for leaving the pits. This isn't on the summary card. You rolled a 2. That
And it should have turned to 3.
is. Where is it? Where is it? Leaving the pits. You rolled a 2. That is 3 movement points plus the 2 that you had left over.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5. Okay, and that's those gone. Now this is tricky because you can't cross the white line when leaving the pits, but I'm about to leave a lot faster than you.
You're just not
Can
going
we
to
go
be
through that
you're just
diagonally? No.
no, you're just not going to be able to use all your movement points.
Oh, this is horrendous. Right, okay. Okay, so it's 3 plus 5. So I've got 8 movement. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Okay, well, that's it.
Which makes a big difference to get out of the pits.
Because yeah,
first.
you can't be there because we're not using the dotted lines.
Yeah.
Eyes on me now, yeah.
Yeah,
So
can't
just
do
flip-
anything. I think that's right.
And
I
that's,
mean, I had a big lead and it's disappeared.
now I have to make a choice
Yeah.
about tyres. now.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to try something different. It's a bit of a gamble. I'm going to go blue
you're going to put the wet
Oh,
tire
wow.
on.
right away.
Ooh.
So you have to reduce your hard tyres down by a lap, which you've done.
Yeah.
Have you done? No, because that was ones from qualifying, wasn't it?
Yes, you're right. So
Yeah,
So
no,
that
I
should go
gave
down to a
you-
2.
should be a 2.
Were you on the same tyres?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're on the same
That's
tyres
on-
you
that's on
qualified.
2 then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You
Okay.
put your wet tyres on
Stick that on blue.
and you
Yep.
put the life on 6.
And yeah.
Yeah.
That goes to 6.
They don't.
It's a
oh, thank you.
move that.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Wet tyres don't wear down more quickly, do they? In light
So
rain?
let's have a check. The wet tyres in rain
In light
are
rain,
reduced
they
by.
White.
So they do.
They do wear down
So
quickly.
so a wet tyre in
Right.
light rain,
Right.
if it's still light raining when you cross the start finish line, will degrade by 2.
Right. Okay.
But it might still be worth a gamble
Yeah. I'll try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it
Still
might start
there.
raining heavily.
We need
Yeah.
to move that.
We are on lap 2,
We
aren't we?
are in lap
Yeah.
I'm going to
2.
go for full wets.
You're going for full wets as well.
It's not just me then.
Okay, green.
Well, based on the fact that Ian's rolled the weather die twice since it started raining. Oh, you get 3 driver skill points as well.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for the reminder.
That was the weather, was it?
It was, yeah.
3 driver skill points. Was it another weather?
It was, yeah.
Oh no.
Because it fell out of there, so I don't know if you want me to roll it again. But yeah, it was,
No, it's fine.
was another weather.
Wow.
Yep. That counts green, please.
Yeah, so we're now on to the intermediate dice. Well, me and Ian are. The numbers on this are 6, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9.
But if it does if it does start raining more, we're more likely to be able to
Yeah.
survive on this tyre.
Yeah. So even if we roll a 9 on this dice, even though 9 is more than 8, tune in for maths lessons every Wednesday. The intermediate tyre in light rain, there's no chance of spinning off.
But Paul, it's a Friday.
That's true.
8. So,
And we're ignoring these dash lines.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Right, let's have that intermediate tyre. It's also an 8. So 1, 2, 3. It's got to be done because the racing line is so
Yeah.
important. What was that? 1,
It was out
2,
to 1, 3.
3.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Good.
And yeah, there's no point me spending any extras. So who's ahead between you two? This is a
Well,
good thing.
I
This-
think we
this-
just kept the same order.
Yeah,
but
we
I
kept
don't
the same
know what
order.
the rules are.
That's what that chart
Yeah.
does for you.
So in the
I don't overtake him simply because my pit position is further down the road.
so the rules about the order in which cars are pit stops. If a player passes the finish line while there are other players in the pit stops or in the pit lane exit, the player overtakes them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting.
I would argue that
I would argue
the
that
red is overtaken because they've come in with more movement points.
again, this is something we'll speak to Arthur about later on, but straight away I'm thinking that red should be ahead of yellow because red's got 3 movement.
Well, yeah, and the way I was doing it is because you don't have to move spaces to get into the pits.
No,
It's just everybody's in the pits.
everybody's pit
May-
is
may-
the same.
may- maybe we shouldn't have coloured pit spaces. Maybe it should be the first one into the pits goes there, the second there, and the third. That's not
Could
very
be.
thematic, but
Yeah, but
it
it's
means
not,
that. But you can also follow that to
Yeah.
tell you what the turn order is because that hasn't changed by me now being ahead. So it's still Rob that's ahead of me.
Yeah, so Brett is saying he would have thought the person with the most points leaves first, so I should have got out the pits first. That thematically seems to make sense.
yeah, that's
But
also
again,
fair.
It's
Yeah.
not in the rules.
Again, the rules are still in development, but we'll speak to them about this afterwards.
Unsafe release.
Yeah, all of that stuff. Because yeah, at the moment, yellow is having the advantage just because you chose to play
I think
yellow
that's a 5-second penalty.
rather
for
than
Ian.
ahead of red. But anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we'll do this for now. But
Yeah. Otherwise, one colour's better than the other. Which.
yeah,
Okay. So 8 plus 3 is 11. Is that correct?
Yep.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
wow.
Wow.
But you're on the wet tire, which is slightly slower than our intermediates.
I don't know how much so. Maybe like 1.
It's one.
Yeah, I think it's
one
about
average.
1 point
It's
less,
one point. Yeah.
7.
and that's just a
1,
straight
2,
seven.
3, 4. Do I go from there to
Yeah,
there?
yeah, that's 5.
5, 6, 7.
Right, next round. No weather, no event.
Green beads.
Come on, weather. Come on.
Good downpour before the next bend.
7. 2, 3, 6, 7.
You doing any fancy shenanigans? Spending anything?
No.
Don't need to when you're ahead. You can just hold up the pack. Oh, it's only a 6.
Also helps when you only roll 6.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's fine. I'll just sit on that entrance to the corner.
The cost of the advantage we gain from braking an engine is still the same in light rain as it was
It's
before.
2.
Yeah. 7, right.
Yeah, it just means that you'll get 2 points of movement, not 3. Is that right?
6. Okay, I'm going to choose to stay there.
Yeah.
It's the racing line is important, isn't it?
Cool.
1, 2.
You can spend a skill point to reroll that if you want to.
Or I could use a breaking point.
You could also use a broken point, yes.
Oh, a breaking point now
Wouldn't get me there.
wouldn't get you there, but it would get you 2, 3
Oh, yeah, because
movement
you only
points.
move 2, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Play the long game.
Right, next round. It's going to happen.
Oh, the green, please.
It's just when it happens.
Yeah.
It happens when me and Ian have missed the pit lane.
Yeah, I love
entry.
card games and placement games where there's no randomness, but at the same time, you still can't beat lucky
Mhm.
can you?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So I could do some fancy stuff here, but That's the technical corner.
Yeah.
So no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I thought this is a non-technical corner.
No, but this corner.
That's
that one.
technical
Okay,
corner.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
There we go. You're right
Lucky.
behind me if you
Lucky.
want to be.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I'll take that.
Yep.
Yeah.
8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8.
And I think we've had our first pun of the night from Brett.
What's that?
Says he likes F1, but he finds F5 more refreshing.
Oh, get on. Send him away.
I don't know if that's a pun or like a dad joke.
I'm an expert at dad jokes. Don't get me started.
Very much a pun.
Well, granddad jokes now.
Well, hey, don't make it worse.
Yeah, it comes to green, please.
We need two of each dice.
We
We're
do.
good.
8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Mm.
Breaking point.
Very tempting, isn't it? Every time you're on that.
It is very tempting. But I'm not going to. Because Paul will roll a 7.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
2 points worth of engine.
Well, it'd just be 1.
Bring you alongside.
you draw
And then I pull alongside. The problem is, if I then roll higher next time, I then can't use that because I'll end up blocked up behind.
Well, you can get onto the racing line and then come back on as long as you go through the chevrons.
Yeah, which is tricky. I mean, what I could do is I could use an engine now to go to here.
Yeah,
Then I could late brake,
yeah,
but I'd have to make an overtaking move.
You would.
I think I'm going to do it. I think we'll see this happening.
the crowd's been waiting for this to happen.
Yeah. Plus, we need to explain how these rules work. So, just to clarify what it is that I'm doing. The first thing is I am going to spend an engine point. So I spend an engine point going down from 7 to 6. So that's a break. Going down from 6 to 5. An engine point spent in the rain gives you 2 extra spaces. And I can do that because I'm moving along the straight. So 1, 2 gets me to there. Now, at that point, I'm alongside Ian, but I don't actually have to make an overtake move because I don't have any movement points left. So I'm not doing the overtake at this point. However, because I'm now within 3 spaces of this double chevron, I can late brake. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a braking point, and in the rain that gives me 2 extra movement points. And because of the way overtaking works in a corner, I believe I can go to here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I can go to here. But what we now need to do is we now need to do a contest. And this is a really interesting part of the game. And I'm glad we've seen this. And you will see this more with 6 players in the game. But what's going to happen is, Ian, you have to make a choice. First of all, do you want to fight me for the overtake, or do you just want to let me go?
Of course you do.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Okay, so what happens is I'm the attacker, Ian's the defender. We both roll a d6.
You have a +3 to it, don't you?
No, because I don't have 3 movement points extra. I've only got
Okay.
2.
Right.
So
Oh,
we-
yeah, sorry, 2.
So we both roll a d6 to start with. I rolled a 3.
I rolled a 3.
Ian rolled a 3.
Ah.
Right.
Something else.
So-
happened.
Oh no.
If, before any modifiers are applied, if both players roll the same number, we've had a collision. Now, this didn't happen in our test
Did
game
not,
this afternoon, but we have had a collision. So because I want to make sure we get this right, because this didn't happen this afternoon. What now happens when 2 or more players
Oh, God.
are involved in an overtake roll? If we roll the same number, then there has been a collision. So what we first need to do is we need to both roll a dice to see how bad that collision is for me, and you can spend a driver skill points to re-roll if you want to. So I rolled a 4. A 4 for me means that I've taken some
Minor damage.
minor damage to the car. I could spend driver skill to re-roll that, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm going to accept the minor damage to the car. So minor damage to the car is this token here. And what happens is it goes on there. Now, minor damage doesn't actually affect the speed of the car at all. But if I get damaged again, I am out of the race. Now, what I can do when I come into the pits is I can fix that damage and I put it on the green side. It still counts as 1 point of damage, but it means I'm not out of the race if I take another unrepaired breakdown counter. Unless you've got more than 4. So it's either two breakdown counters that are not repaired, or if you take a total of 4 points, then you're out of the race. So I'm just going to accept that result.
I also rolled a 4.
Do you want to accept that, or do you want to spend a skill point to re-roll?
I'm never going to do worse, am I? On that. Yeah, let's do it.
So Ian spends a skill point to re-roll. Let's see what you get.
5.
5. It's exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
So you've also done a...
Ah, we don't have any. Yeah.
Oh,
Have
I've
you
got-
any minor.
I've got
You've got all of them.
I've got all of them. Right. So when a car suffers a breakdown, you take the corresponding breakdown marker. We've done that. Now, there's another rule that, again, we didn't have happen this afternoon, which is the yellow flag. Whenever a collision occurs during an overtaking attempt, in which one of the players suffers any kind of damage, a yellow flag appears in the race. So what we've got is... Now, where's this occurring?
On the straight.
It's occurring on the straight. So we have a yellow flag at the start of the straight and a green flag at the end of the straight. That means nobody is allowed to overtake in that section either for this round or next round, and then the flags will get removed. Oh, and 2 breakdowns, the safety car comes onto the track. Oh, yeah, safety car. Thank you. We have a safety car. So when a collision, if both players suffer a light breakdown or a heavy breakdown, which has happened,
Yes.
so we've actually had a big accident in the wet. I blame Ian for it.
You're the overtaking car. It's your responsibility.
I had the line. I had the line.
It's all the nutters at the front. that cut
Okay,
off
so
the front.
we've got a safety car. This is really good. We're seeing lots of the game that we weren't expecting to see,
No.
all because that event card came out, which moved the weather on a lot quicker
Yep.
than expected.
Yep.
So what happens is there is a safety car. So in this, when we do the safety car, basically what's happening is all players. Well, we roll the weather die 4 times
Oh, yes.
and we apply the result. We don't do the event die, just 4 weather dice.
Nothing. 1.
1.
Nothing. Nothing.
Right. All players must now move their cars, forming a row of cars, one behind the other, behind the safety car line, which is here. Now, the players, I believe, which caused the accident, so just Ian, because I was totally blameless,
5-second penalty, both of you.
will go at the end of the queue, keeping the order. So I don't know who was further ahead between us two, because we never actually got to
We
do.
didn't resolve the
I think you stay
did we?
ahead
It's
because you
in
didn't
order,
successfully
same.
overtake.
I think so. I
Yeah.
think so. Now, what you haven't seen yet is you haven't seen the bidding or auction mechanism for 2 players fighting. I really hope we see that because it's really cool. But we haven't seen that. We've had 2 cards hit each other.
So red goes to the front,
So red
Yep.
goes to the front,
followed by
followed by yellow,
yellow.
followed by green,
And followed by purple.
followed by purple. Now, did anybody pass this line while doing that?
No.
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 Okay, if we had have done, like if we were here, then that would have caused a lap on the tyres. And we get rid of these flags. We don't need those flags. Update the position track and move forward the lap counter 1 position. Do we still move the lap counter forward 1 position? I guess so.
Yeah. I mean,
Because we went all the way around, didn't we?
you've got to leave.
This is just shortcutting that whole procedure. We did.
Well, did we go all the way around?
Well, we must have done because you had the option to go in the pits.
We haven't
Oh, we
done-
did,
got
but
to
this
that
lap
yet.
does not affect tyre lifespan. So it's basically time has been, a few laps have gone
Yeah.
with us going slow. So it doesn't
Basically, yeah.
affect the tyre lifespan of
But
the
it
car.
doesn't count as a lap.
But it does count as a lap.
It does count. As a
Yeah,
lap.
because it says update the position track and move the lap counter forward 1 position.
Right. Okay.
And if that exceeded the last lap, then the race is over. The race ended under the safety car. So I think that's right. I think we've done that right. I think we have. Okay,
There's a few people wanting to point out to us about the use of the special dice on the exit to the pits, but we did that.
we did. We rolled a d6 and you use a special table. You don't use your normal dice when exiting the pits.
Yeah.
We did get that.
What we haven't done, Paul, is with the safety cars, we haven't all decided if we want to come into the pits or not.
That's true.
Did I?
Yeah.
I think then because I rolled this dice coming out of the pits, didn't I? I added what I had there.
Did
already.
you?
I think so.
Ah,
I
you shouldn't
probably
have
did it
done.
wrong.
Okay.
I think I did it wrong.
Did you two roll that dice coming out the pits? I think you did.
Because you had a
I
7.
rolled that.
Yeah. Okay. Apologies for that, but Peter and Rob
Okay.
used the wrong dice coming out the pits. Yeah.
It was
You,
all Rob's fault.
yeah. You should use that dice. So two of us did it right. That's probably why you caught up. As it is,
Yeah.
it's not had any effect on it.
No.
Okay. So now what happens is, in position track order, each player is asked whether they want to do a pit stop or not. Change tyres, repair damage, etc. If you don't do a pit stop, you keep the position you had. If you do a pit stop, you'll be overtaken by all the cars that decided not to do a pit stop. I'm going to take a free pit stop.
I'm going to take 3 pistol.
So I'm going to switch tyres.
But also, it's not us to decide first, Paul.
No,
Yeah, so-
would red light to do a pit stop? You're on the right tyres for the
No.
weather that's about to hit.
No.
Yellow. Green?
Yes.
Okay. Purple? Yes. So we basically get a free pit stop. We can repair the damage. I'm going to switch to the wet tyres.
Oh, intermediates need to
So
have a
my
5 on.
intermediates, I need a 5. Not that I'm ever going to put them back on again.
And we also get 3 points. 3
And we get
skill
3
points.
driver skill points back.
Ooh.
Nice.
5, see. I can't find any.
There are a couple of 5s, but only a couple of them.
Yeah. You got them over there, Paul, because they're not here.
No, I've only got a 3.
I mean, I don't think we would put them
Oh,
back on.
I've got a 5 on the back of a 1. If you can pass me
We
another
got a-
1.
There's a 1.
Oh, here's a 5.
Ah, cool.
There's a 1 next to your
If you've got a 1.
qualifying tile.
Yeah. Oh, there was one. Yeah.
Oh, he's got a 5 on the back. There you go.
There we go.
Right. So I think that's right. I think we've done it right.
Oh.
We've come into the pits, but then obviously we took so long going round in the rain. Right. Whatever round it is next, I don't know. But Rob, you're in the lead.
You're in the lead.
Wow.
You get to roll those.
Now, all of us are on the wrong tyres at the moment.
Yes, because it's light
but,
rain. Yeah.
but the heavy rain is about to hit.
Did we add a lap to our tyres? We
No.
didn't, did
No,
we?
we don't, because under
No.
the safety car, you don't lose any
Nothing
anywhere.
happens.
You don't drive them hard enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So no weather.
Can I immediately do a thingy move?
A late break.
A late break.
Well, yeah, you're within 3. You're on the thing.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
Okay.
You only move 2.
I mean,
Because it's raining. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be 1, 2.
if you really want to make it complicated, you could put restart rules in.
Yeah. But you roll the dice before you choose whether to do that or not.
Oh, right. Okay. So 7. I'll do it anyway.
Okay.
6, 7.
Okay.
Already more exciting than the last race.
Yeah.
I'll give some of the option of a DRS now, I suppose.
No,
DRS is raining.
in the
Oh,
rain. You
No,
just
no DRS.
do
Yeah,
not
no
get
DRS.
DRS in the rain.
6. Oh. Um. One, 2, 3, 4, 6.
Yeah.
So if where was I there?
You were there.
Yeah, you were.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. I think I'll do that. I'll use a point of brakes. 1, 2,
Yeah. So 1 point of brakes for 2 movement because it's raining.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Now we're on the intermediate tyres. No, we're not.
not.
We're on the wet
No,
tyres.
we're
we're
not.
all we're all on the wet
We're on
tyres.
the wet. You say, I don't know what you pitted in your pit stop.
I'm on the slicks.
It seems like a quite big advantage that I get a free pit stop.
7. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. We'll stick with that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, right. Next round.
Roll the weather
With,
die.
oh, okay. So,
Well, we're all equally affected now. So.
well, except
We are.
I'm more likely to to suffer the -2 on my tiles.
You're more likely, yeah.
Reroll? Oh, okay. So I can't do anything except spend skill points here.
Correct. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. I could do. No, I can't.
No.
Why are you more likely to get -2?
7. Because when I go over the line, it's -2 if it's not
If it's not rain,
heavy rain.
it might get heavy rain.
Oh,
It might
it's
switch off the line.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 But also, we're on lap 3 of a 6-lap race, so it's
So it
not
doesn't
really
matter.
matter.
Yeah.
No.
6 again.
You drop down to 4,
Unless
but then
someone-
there's still
yeah.
more than 4 laps.
Again, if we were playing a 12-lap race,
Oh yeah. No,
these
it would be-
tire life numbers would be
Mm.
a lot more important.
Green.
Seven. 1, 2, 3.
So if the DRS was enabled,
I would have
that
DRS.
you would now have DRS. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Nice. Still no weather.
Mm-hmm. Did you count that as a space and that as a space? Or
No,
You
it
didn't?
was, it was
Okay.
from there and there.
okay, good. Because yeah, we ignore these dashed lines except for the start of the race.
7. I'm going to use an engine point.
So engine point first to get 2 movement,
And then 7 more.
and then 7.
6, 7.
Nice.
Do you want to break?
I could do, couldn't I?
So you've gone over this,
Yeah.
which means your tyres drop down by 2 laps. So wet
Yeah.
tyre, so the heavy wet, the blue tyres, the super wet tyres, if it's only light raining, they degrade by 2 positions when you cross the start finish line.
And then move the lap.
And yeah, we're now on lap 4.
The tyres that they never use at the moment
Yeah,
because they'll throw the red flag instead.
yeah,
I'm not going to use the late braking, so it's yellow.
yellow next.
7. I'm going to late braking. 1, 2, 3.
Only 2 in the rain,
2.
and then 7 from the dice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And do I overtake? If I used an engine point,
Engine would be 2 spaces.
Go on, we haven't seen the auction.
I don't think you can go that far, can he? 'Cause
You'd have to push his engine twice.
Oh, you can do it twice.
Yeah,
no,
but that costs you 3 engine points.
no, not doing that.
Yeah, that's not worth it.
8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do that.
What's on this dice?
6,
6 to 8.
So 8
yeah.
is the highest.
Yeah.
There's a 5 on there.
There is.
Oh, that's fine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8.
I'm going to spend an engine point
That is a single 8, isn't it? Single 5.
to go 1, 2, 3.
Is it 3 or is it 2?
2.
2 in the wet.
Sorry, 2 in the wet. So I'm not going to. I'll wait. I'll wait until it stops raining.
Pete, your tyre needs to go down to 4.
Oh, yes. Have I crossed the line?
Yes,
No.
indeed.
Got it
Because
all.
I'm on the line.
Still no.
Still no.
Thunderstorm. 6. I'm going to spend a driver skill point. Or twice more, is that right?
No, once.
Oh, okay, so it's a 6 still.
You rolled a 5 though, by the way, with your third.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
don't get worse.
You don't get the worst.
Okay, so
Yeah.
6. I'm going to break. Late break. So I think.
You only get 2
Okay,
bonus points.
okay. Yes.
And then you do movement.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sad.
7.
Hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Has any of us spent skill points in the corners yet? Because that's a thing
No.
that you can do,
No,
but
we
none of
haven't.
us have done that. Basically, if you're in a corner, you can spend up to 3 driver skill points,
Hmm.
and each point moves you 1 space further, or one movement point further.
7.
Seems quite expensive
1, 2,
compared to the other.
I've got 9 driver skill points.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7.
I do have a bit of damage to the car where Ian ran into me.
You ran into me. You were the one overtaking.
Yeah.
It's the job of the overtaking car to make the overtake clean.
It's all relative velocity,
Three.
isn't it?
4, 5, 6, 7.
In hindsight, I would argue that neither player crashed into the other one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it would be really bad in a board game.
Oh, we've
But
crossed the line.
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, but it'd be really bad in a board game because it's player elimination. But it's interesting. There's no race-ending collision.
No. Unless we were already damaged.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're nowhere there.
But there can't be a 2 Mercedes
Mhm.
Spain 2018, 2017. Remember Verstappen one?
I think so, yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't end up upside down, wedged in between the crowd barriers and the okay.
Oh, like Guan Yu, yeah.
And use
Or
engine.
Zhou Guan Yu.
Steaming ahead.
Yeah. I'm using resources.
But you are using your
Oh,
engine and your
resources.
brakes quite a bit, yeah.
6.
Arthur says yellow should be pushing
1,
to try and
2,
take the lead.
3, 4. Yeah. thanks
I've
for
been
that.
trying to
No.
persuade him.
It's preserving the brakes in the engine for
Mm.
maybe the last couple of laps when, if the heavy rain comes, which it should,
Mm.
hopefully the heavy rain will go, and then there might be a quick pit stop for soft tyres, and then
softies.
yeah.
an absolute blitz till the end.
2.
Mm.
I've just used late braking to go 1, 2.
Okay, there you go. He's doing it.
And if I lose, Arthur, I'm blaming you.
You do like to put the die away from me when I'm just starting. Rolling in the same tray. 6. Do I want to spend a point to re-roll that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no, it's fine. 6, and then I will spend break.
Ugh.
Skill point.
Yeah, skill point to re-roll the 5.
Oh,
Same thing happened to me. Except it was 6s.
Right.
it does seem this complex seems to be a really good one for you to use a break.
Right. Okay.
Because you link those two up together
Yeah.
really nicely.
Still no weather.
Oh, sorry, guys.
I mean, it's fine. We've all taken the penalty for it.
A late break.
There are some games shops where they have buckets of the dice of shame that have been sacked by their owners. They rolled so badly.
Well, there's dice jails and stuff. I know how that is.
More engine.
You in that one in the middle,
Yes.
It's somewhere on the track.
somewhere on that. Or in that row.
7.
My end where it looks funny.
1,
Clear where I am,
2,
but maybe not.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Six.
Considering we're all lined up
Six.
here. So,
I think getting caught in the middle of one of these turns can be quite.
Oh, it can be really punching,
Yeah,
especially
punching.
the red ones are really punching.
yeah, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm then going to late break
Be an extra 2.
to get an extra 2.
Can you use any skill
And then I'm
points
going to
as well?
spend a skill point to get an extra 1.
Yeah, that's what you mean.
Just to catch up a little bit.
Come on, weather.
Still nothing. This heavy rain has been threatening
6.
since here.
2,
Yeah.
3,
That's why we came in.
6.
Yeah.
Seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And an engine point to go a further 2. And I'll leave it at that.
8.
Ooh.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
One, two, three, 4.
You want to use a skill?
I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I'll use a skill point. Move to the last space of the corner. Right.
Engine.
No, because it's only 2. If it was 3, I might have done it.
Yeah. But there's only 2 now.
They'll know weather change.
I'm going to re-roll that.
So a skill point to re-roll.
That's a bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not in range of the end. No.
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 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You thinking of
No, I'll leave it.
8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wasted the point.
But you caught up.
Yeah.
Hey!
So it's now bucketing it down. So the weather marker has moved on to the heavy rain, which doesn't affect us
It won't affect us.
because we're all
We're
on the wet
right-
tyres.
We're on the right
Mm.
tyres.
Apart from our tyre life will only go down by 1 when we cross the finish line instead of 2.
2. Yeah.
Could have been on intermediates all this time.
Could have been.
But no, but then you might
Highest.
aquaplane because if you rolled an 8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then I got.
Or was it no? If you rolled 7.
If you roll more than a 7 in heavy
7
rain.
in heavy rain,
Yeah.
isn't it?
7 nothing.
So we need lots of more weather rolls now. 6 more,
Yeah.
and then suddenly the sun comes out again and it stops raining.
The sun comes out. We'll have to go. We'll have to crawl around to
Is
the
anybody
pits.
going to come in early for slick tyres just in case?
Well, you can't be on the slick tyres when it's raining because you just spin off.
No, it just doesn't work.
It
Yeah.
does not work, especially the softs.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You need a ton of
I'll leave
drivers
it at
skill
that.
points. More than you can
Yeah.
ever save up. I mean,
I mean, it would be interesting if they had, because you got the yellow's the medium in Formula One. If they had the white hard,
The hard, yeah.
and that was a dry tire, but was between these two, that could be interesting, because then you're more likely to be rolling underneath the 8 or 7. But it's also not 0.6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
moving that centre lane.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could do this. We could do an overtake.
We could. Yeah.
Is that a technical? Yes,
It is.
It's a
That's the
technical
problem.
corner, yeah.
I'd end up going in. Oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. let's have a look at this. Which corner is it? Is it that one?
Nope.
Is it that one?
Next one.
That's the
yeah.
one. So I've got 3 movement points left. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to go 1, 2, and because I've got 1 movement point left, I'm going to try and overtake. Now we've seen this before. Let's hope we don't roll the same number. Well, first of all, do you want to challenge me?
Yes.
You do want to challenge me. Okay, so I've rolled and I've got a 1, which is not good. 2. Right, so we haven't both rolled the same number. So we're now
Hooray.
going to get to see how this actually happens.
We've not correct.
First of all, if the player who is moving, me, if I've got 3 or more movement points left, I think, I basically get bonuses to my dice,
Which you
which I don't. I've only got 1 movement point left. So what happens is I've got a result of a 1, Ian's got a result of a 2, defender wins ties. We can now bid using skill points to effectively increase the value of our dice, and the higher total wins. So I'm on 1, Ian's on 2. I am going to bid 2 driver skill points, putting it up so it's 3 versus 2. So I'm currently winning, but only the winner of the bid actually pays. So you're going to have to spend 1 skill point to defend against me.
Oh, to make it to tie.
Yeah, because it's currently 3-2.
I'm obviously going to do that.
So you're bidding 1, so it's now 3-3. So I'm going to bid an extra 1. So I'm currently bidding 3.
Okay, so I'll bid 2.
You're going to bid 2. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to bid. So I don't spend anything. Ian spends 2 skill points, but he stays ahead of me. If he hadn't have bid, then I would have spent the skill points and I would have been able to carry on moving.
Yeah.
But that's how the bidding works, which I think represents the
And
fact
you would
that
have-
we're having a
you
bit
would
of a
have
tussle.
likely gone there and blocked my racing
Exactly.
line.
Exactly. Okay, so there you go. You've seen that. Right, next round.
Right.
I'm glad that happened.
Yeah, me too.
And we didn't hit each other again.
Oh, we've had some weather.
Oh, right.
It's immediately moved.
Started.
Well, I made a bit of a tactical error in the last round, moving into the middle of the lane because I forgot.
Should have stayed there, yeah.
I wanted to prevent you from overtaking because basically, but they messed me up. It cost me 2 movement points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I could break into.
You could late break.
I think. Well, in order to try and maintain my lead, to do that.
That's only 2.
1, 2. Yeah.
You got a lot of engine points there.
6. 6.
It's often a case of using the one you've got the most of when you can.
Yeah.
I'll use an engine point. Go another 2. It cost me 2
It
more.
would cost you
engine
2
points
more
to
engine
be able
points to do it again.
No.
But you could break it.
You could break and go to
if you wanted to. Could late break.
No.
Okay.
No one after all telling me I should be, but
Yeah. You could do that on the final lap. It's still too.
I don't think I'm about to lose my
8.
brakes. I think Rob's running out of brakes.
Yeah. Rob's basically what Peter was.
Well,
the,
yeah,
the
but
last-
there is
last
only a
game.
couple of laps left.
If Arthur comes to
2,
GridCon next
3,
year, will we play a game with him?
4,
Yeah.
5.
There's a challenge for you, Arthur. Come and
7.
play. Come into GridCon
8.
and play us.
I'm gonna take an engine point to go 1.
Extra 2. Catching up. Right. 6. That's rubbish. So I'm going to spend a point of brakes. No, I'm not. No, I'm going to just move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll stay at the back.
Nice.
Go on, Rob. 5 weather rolls.
You want to move use an engine point?
No.
Or no.
No.
No weather rolls.
No other rolls.
Quite hard sometimes to avoid that.
Hey, still on 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
these
8.
are all the good rolls. He rolled all those 1s to start with.
Yeah.
And you don't need to come into the pits because you've got plenty of tyre life left. Car's
Yeah.
not damaged.
Yep.
Yeah.
The only point to come in would be to get your skill points back.
Or if the weather was going to change, which it
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think everyone's in the same situation as me at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need more of the weather rolls.
6.
do like how the weather works in this though.
The weather system is good. The way you can see what's coming, but it's not fully predictable.
Yeah. I like it, but we also, I don't know, we none of us would ever have been on full wets in light rain, just because we knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Spend skill point to reroll. That's better.
Traditionally, you roll another 7, another 5.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Slow coach in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right.
Is Arthur in this chat? 'Cause
He was. Well, he was. I don't know where he's gone. Arthur is Do It Games. He's the publisher.
Because he's been challenged to come to GridCon and I'm
Yeah.
not seeing a response.
Yeah.
Is that 'cause he thinks we'd obviously beat him, perhaps?
Oh.
Ah, and an event.
Oh, we've got weather and we have an event.
Ah.
Well,
Okay.
this could shake things up.
Okay.
It's as if we engineered it. And the car at the front breaks down.
Okay.
It's a light breakdown. So what we all do is we all roll the dice, and the lowest one is affected
Oof.
by a light breakdown.
Just the
So
one spanner, isn't it?
Just the one spanner, yeah.
Can you use a,
oh
are you allowed
dear,
to use a skill point? To
I
reroll?
don't believe
You
so.
can, I guess it's
I think this is just
chance.
just chance.
You get it. Oof. Okay. Sorry, Paul.
Bad luck.
In case of a tie, you must roll again. Yeah, can't re-roll. So basically, something has happened, and my car has got a problem.
But you fix the other one.
I fixed the other one. I repaired it with a bit
Yeah.
of duct tape.
Oh, that's nothing to worry about.
I
Yeah,
think you must have lost them.
a bit's fallen off
You
Yeah.
went over those.
when Ian hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're never going to let me forget that, are you? It's going to be like the Underwater Cities game all over again.
I've watched enough Formula One to know that you blame the other guy.
Yes.
Right, so that was the event. It's now your role. I don't know what's up with my car. Bits are falling off.
That's a bit of a non-event, though, really, wasn't it? I mean,
Not for me.
3, 5, 6,
Oh yes, thank you.
7.
There are other cards in
Yeah.
that event deck as well.
There are. I've looked at all of them because I wanted to know what else was in there. And then shuffled it.
Well, I'm rolling well, so that seems to be saving me.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, what's your strategy for this game? Roll well. Roll big numbers.
Roll well and tactically use my resources.
It's
Mhm.
working well so far.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I think it's your skill point. No, I'll leave that one.
Right, time to come from behind. Or not.
With the-
1, 2, 3,
with your broken car.
So, with my broken car, yeah.
Trailing bits of carbon fibre and spark plugs all the way down the road.
Become another event. Then
Well, I mean, if there was a spark plug leaving the engine, there'd be far more issues.
I did that on the
It's
M6.
that
but
dice, but it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I left a cylinder on the M6.
Oh God!
Okay.
Surprised you were still going.
So another lap.
Oh,
So
yes.
2 more laps off your tyres.
Ooh.
2 more.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no, one more. One more.
It's only
Yeah.
more.
Because it's now
Oh, 'cause
proper.
it is
It's
busting
proper
down.
raining, isn't it?
Proper rain.
Yeah.
We're on the right.
Oh, I'm going to use this.
My estimation is that it's going to stop raining.
Just after I cross the.
Probably no, it's only on 3.
And you rolled 2 5s.
I think it might stop raining just before the last lap.
Hmm.
So as long as I haven't gone past the pit
Go on,
stop.
this is your chance to overtake me because I
Mm.
rolled 5s and I use the skill point and I rolled 5 again. There you go.
It's only a 6.
You've been slowly gaining on him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'll do that. Got the end of the string.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll spend a skill point for an extra 1. Right, next round. Come on, sunshine. No.
No.
He's done it again.
You sound like Eric Morecambe when you
There
did that.
There is only 1-8 on this dice.
You didn't go through that.
Oh,
You
you
went
needed to
one
go
to
through the
there.
Oh, okay.
2,
So I should be here.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
No, that's all
I missed.
That's why he's out in the front. We need to start again.
right. It's cheating.
8 at last.
That's better.
Decent dice rolls. There we go. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8. I'll stop there. And I'll degrade my tires.
Wrong one.
That's the wrong one.
Oh, wrong one. I haven't changed
You've
tyres.
just changed your tires magically.
That's skill, that is, for my mechanics.
They just throw the tyres at you while you're zooming past.
Frisbee them onto the car.
Don't really will be
Six.
designing them.
1,
Not quite the final lap.
2,
We're going to be playing 6
3,
laps tonight. This is lap
4.
5.
5, 6. Hang on. We'll use an engine point.
For another 2.
2, 1, 2. Actually, no, I can't do that because that's. I'll do that
Why not?
because I'll be on the dotted line. That's
That's
the
one
space.
space. No, it's not.
Oh no, sorry.
No, you can.
From this angle, it was.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, off we go. There it is.
Another weather. Okay.
3 more rolls.
3 more weather rolls, and the rain stops, and the sun comes out. Yeah, at the moment, because it's full
Oh, I need
full
to
raining,
Hmm.
Drop my tyres.
yeah, we're not seeing the difference in tyre strategies because we're all rolling the same dice.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops,
So you
sorry.
crash into me when you.
Nudged you as I went past.
6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Done another lap. Right. So we're all on lap 5.
No.
That had,
Almost another event there.
that had been a weather roll.
So 1, 2, 3.
Somehow I'm still second. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So we've both roughly got the same amount of engine, brakes, and skill points left.
You got slightly-
Slightly ahead. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'm just waiting for it to stop raining so that I can start spending mine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh. Seven.
Sure we're not in Japan. Right, come on. Gods of the
You
dice.
two fighting it out in the rain. Ooh. It's timing the overtake right.
It
'Cause
is.
You can't overtake in the corners.
Yeah.
Well, you can, but you need a lot more movement.
You do.
Mm.
But with the right combination of pushing the engine and late braking,
Yeah, I think the best point of take on the lap is there.
yeah.
6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right. Nope. That's it
8.
again.
Wow.
Yeah, I needed an 8 then. Just driving around slowly, waiting for
So
the rain to stop.
This lap and the next one.
Yeah.
This lap and then one more. You two are rolling 6s. This is my chance to catch up, except then I roll a 6.
Yeah.
Using engine point.
Engine for 2 more. Trying to stay ahead of the green car.
7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So you could engine and then late brake, and we'd have an overtaking chance. Is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Let's just do a nice slow zoom in for dramatic effect.
Need some music as well.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh. Right, come on, more than a 6. Hey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still miles away. No.
Oh, okay. This is looking a bit dicey.
It's a British edition. Once the rain starts, it never stops.
2, 6.
Okay, come on.
You've still got 3 brakes and 3 engines left. So
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
driver skill to move any further.
No.
Come on in, now's your chance. Except he's on the apex.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I need a skill? No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There you go.
Oh,
So
it's
weather.
Weather. Oh,
Still need 2 more.
yes.
To make it dry again.
Yeah.
And for some reason, there's all bits of carbon fibre on the road over here.
No, that was all cleared up during the safety
They
car.
clean them up in safety car. Yeah, that's what the delay was.
I'm wondering. So given that I've got a bit of leeway, I should
Mhm.
just try and waste time
Yeah,
so that I don't go over the pit stop before I need to make a decision.
yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
So
You're voluntarily slowing down.
Deliberately driving slowly.
yeah.
You can just not spend all your movement points.
Oh yeah, of course.
So you're only moving 5.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Or
Yeah, I can see why you're doing it.
not. Yeah.
Because the worst thing for you is you go over here and then it starts getting sunny.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we all come in and change for soft tyres and you're driving around on the wet tyres.
Yeah. That's what I'm worried about.
But yeah, deliberately driving slowly. I mean, you do have an advantage.
There is enough of an advantage.
Well, it's all right if
Still
Peter rolls
fine.
5s.
7.
That'd be an interesting thing to.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
The commentators are all going crazy, going, Rob's got a problem. He's got a problem in the car. No, he's just driving really slowly.
I mean, no one will do that in the World Grand Prix, will they? I mean,
I mean, they do.
They do.
do they?
do. Yeah,
Okay.
they will. The person in first will if they've got a lead, they'll drive 3 seconds off the pace.
Right.
Save times.
Yeah.
It's all about time management.
2,
But not
3,
because they need to delay
4,
making a
5,
decision at the pit stop.
No.
6. I will spend a braking point. To go 1, 2.
That's because 1 lap here represents,
Hello.
6 or 7 laps in an actual race. Sad times. I'll re-roll that. Sad times.
Hurtful.
Yeah. Painful. Painful.
No weather.
Arthur is reminded us we can spend skill points in a corner at the beginning of the turn. We've lost the chance to overtake several times. Okay.
Okay.
It's good to we knew that, but putting it into practice.
Yeah.
Good point. So you would have seen a bit more overtaking if we'd have remembered that you can do that. So like, yeah, so you could do it now before rolling your dice. In other words, Ian could.
Hmm.
So if you don't do it, but Ian does, he could spend a couple of skill points to give him the extra movement points to then overtake you on the straights.
But I can I not decide to use
Yeah,
those
yeah.
skill points after I've rolled the dice?
Yes.
Okay.
But I think that's what we've not been doing.
Using skill
We've been
points
using
in the
skill
middle of
points at the end, but not before.
turn. 5. Last skill point. Oh.
Oh.
1, 2,
Or just wait for him to roll 5.
5.
So yeah, so you roll the dice. You can spend the skill points before or after using the dice.
See, Rob's deliberately driving slowly, and I'm trying to go as fast as I can, and I still can't keep up with him.
Well,
Got
I've
sticky pedal.
just rolled a 7. So I probably am going to use some skill points, but let's just see.
So
what
where
it's
would a
gonna
7
do.
get you?
1, 2, 3, 4,
5,
5,
6,
6, 7. Oh yeah, sorry.
Because on a straight you
6,
can slip
7.
stream and go. You
Yeah.
can use the diagonals. So a 7 gets you ahead. You don't need to spend any skill points.
I don't, and he's also, highly unlikely to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we are gonna see, or possibly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I am contesting, so you stop there for a moment.
So yeah, you
Yeah.
stop there for a moment. Ian has 1 movement point left,
6-sided die.
which means he doesn't get a bonus.
So we
If you want to
both
roll
roll
it, if you want to roll it here.
Your carpool.
Oh yeah, don't
Oh,
worry
wait.
about my car. So attacker rolls first.
Nothing to see there.
3. Peter, you need to roll a 3. No, right. Okay, so there wasn't a collision, but now we have a bidding for who gets to overtake. Ian, you didn't have that many movement points left, so you're
No.
on a 3. Peter's on a 5. Do you want to bid? You're going to have to bid 3 to beat his 5. Because defender wins ties.
Yes. I've only got 5. I'll be down to 2. I won't.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no contest, so the cars stay where they are.
There's another lap.
There is another lap, biding his time, and then it's me.
And I'd be taken to the next corner anyway.
That's true. 7. 1, 2. No, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I still seem so far behind. I seem to be getting further behind, even though I'm rolling roughly the same.
Because we're spending engine points to go ahead.
And I'm
You're
not.
saving
Oh,
it.
there we go.
We'll go either.
So it's on 6, so we're almost at the sunshine. The rain is imminently about to stop. And then it's going to absolutely push like crazy for the last lap.
8.
Oh, that's helped you.
There you go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That has helped me.
You've given him the deal. Come on, weather. Ooh.
So we need a skill point. 7. So, do I want to spend an engine point as well?
Before the 7. Yeah.
I've got them, so I might as well use them.
So 1 engine point to move 2,
2,
and then 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7. So not overtaking.
Quite.
And you can.
But you're off the waiting line. But you can
I
come
can
back
come
onto
back,
it
can
because you
come onto
started
it
on
because I
the thing,
started to going through it.
Right. So. I'm going to spend a skill point. No, I'm not. Not going to spend any. Just going to stick with the 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Would it not be worth spending you could spend an engine and a late braking and be right behind us.
Get onto the chevrons.
I could, but I'm going with a bit of a gamble.
Okay.
Right.
Saving the stuff until the
Save the stuff till the sun comes up and you can put
Yeah.
the soft tyres on and just. Go for it.
Ah,
which is never gonna cut.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Decision
I'm gonna come off-
time.
I'm going to come off
You are going to come off
this track.
the racing line.
But only yeah.
Yeah,
I've
you
still-
can go back onto it
I've
if
still
you
got
need
back onto
to.
it. I need to, yeah.
But now you've hedged your bets that you could come into the pits if you needed to.
Yeah. Actually, I could still do it if I was there. couldn't
Yeah,
I?
you could still do that.
Can you?
Yeah, because
So
you
I
can
can
go.
go-
Oh, could you could? Yeah. Okay. Just yeah.
Yeah.
And are you allowed to drive through the pits without stopping and not take a pit stop?
That's not in the rules.
Right.
Racing
Cool.
penalties.
It's interesting. How would you do it? Because how many spaces are there between here and here?
Yeah.
I presume that means you're not allowed to.
I don't think you're allowed to.
Yeah, I think that would be one thing too many.
Okay, because basically I have to make a big gamble. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
7. Where's 7 going to get me?
So you can't go onto there because it's touching on a corner.
Yeah.
So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
You'd be right behind.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, yeah. I'll do that.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. Come on, Rob. This is the roll.
well, I sincerely hope.
This one or next one.
Yay! So I don't
Although it's good for everybody.
It's good for everybody.
Yeah, I wanted it the next roll.
You guys probably didn't want that to happen.
No.
No.
So move it along.
So it's now sunny. Hey! So,
So I'm still on this tyre.
yeah.
8. I was lucky. 1, 2, 3,
No.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
not raining
yeah.
anymore, so we
One.
ignore that.
2, 3,
4,
5.
5. So you've gone in there with 3 movement left. Got it. So 3 movement left. And you are stopped.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Next.
6.
I think it is worth the loss of a turn for the tyres.
Oh yeah, it's massively is.
It's about 60% faster
Yeah.
on the slick tyres compared
Yeah.
to the
I'll
tyres.
use late braking.
So late braking to go 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah,
And
'cause
then-
it's now
6.
dry, isn't it?
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Probably going to do something similar. 8. So where does 8 get me?
2, 3, 4,
Should
5,
get you there.
6, 7, 8.
You're only one behind me, weren't you?
Yes, I was. And if I was to spend a break point, I could only use one of those 3 movements.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not going to do that. It's going to be there.
Nice.
So I can't late brake from here,
No.
and I can't.
You'd have to use a skill.
I'd have to. It'd have to be skill points. So
No, you could,
I could use a
because
skill
you
point
can late
here or
break to
here.
here. Because you're within 3 of them.
Okay, so I use my 8. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I am then within 3 of the next chevron.
You are, so you can have 3 more movements for a break.
Oh no, but when you late brake, your movement has to be into a straight.
But it would be interesting.
No, because my movement would be to here. I can't late brake here. I could late brake if I'm here, but I can't late brake here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to spend the
I
driver
see.
skill point
What do you mean?
to move to there.
Now you could late break.
Arthur is reminding
No,
us that
it's
there
not.
are 2 turns in the pits.
Yeah.
Yeah, we forgot that
We've been
last
doing
time.
No. We've been doing it.
We've been doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's Rob's go. So that changes to go. You don't
Weather.
roll anything. Now you change your tyres.
You roll the weather.
Oh, you roll your weather. Oh, it's moved on again.
It's going to be wet
It's
again.
irrelevant, isn't it?
No,
we,
No, it won't.
irrelevant.
No.
we should just keep. We should only roll this dice, maybe.
So what happens is, well, those tyres degrade.
Yeah.
So I don't quite know how much they degrade, but it doesn't matter
2.
because you're never going to put them back on again.
Yeah.
But what you would do is you would put a number 1 next to the wet tyre to
Right.
say that's the life left in those tyres.
Yes.
But as I say, you're never going to put them back on again. Then you choose what tyre you're going to go on. Soft.
The slick ones.
Yeah. And you set
want
that to 2.
Yeah.
because you didn't use them. Cost.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're done.
Yeah.
Yellow. You're still on the wets.
8. So 1.
So we need a counter with a number 7 on it. And you're stopped. Ian.
7.
1, 2, 3. So we need a counter with a number 4 on it.
Oh, you got stuff already.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm in there with
Counting with a 0.
0.
Hmm.
Right. And then Rob, you're now leaving. So you roll a d6.
Weather.
Roll the weather first.
Weather first.
I'll just roll for the event.
No. Right.
We should roll for the
both,
weather
roll
just in
both.
case. Just in case. Oh yeah.
It's going to change lots now.
Yeah.
yeah.
But the next space is
Yeah.
sunny.
Yeah.
So when you're leaving the pits, you roll the dice. It's a special roll.
A D6.
D6. This isn't on the summary sheet. 3
It's
is.
a 5 movement, isn't it?
This
No,
has
a 3 is.
there's a starting movement table.
No, 3. 3 is 3
Okay.
No.
And I get +3.
plus 3. So you got 6 movement.
So this is 1 into here.
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Do you want a break?
1, 2, 3,
Good point.
4, 5, 6. Yeah.
You don't have to.
Well,
you return ahead of all
Yeah,
of us.
I'm ahead, so I'm not going at this stage.
Yeah. Right.
So I'll
Us
change-
3.
I'll change to slicks.
I'm also changing to slicks.
Yeah. Can I have a number 3 counter, please? I'm changing to soft tyres, but they've only got one lap
Soft,
left.
yeah, same.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Same.
Oh, it's all right. I got one. And that's all we do. Oh, and we get 3 skill points back.
We're all on one soft, and you're on brand new
We all
soft.
we all should get 3 skill points back.
Yes.
Right.
So it's
Rob, you're up again.
Roll the weather dice.
Yeah, you were so far in the lead. Why did Blue go to the pits? Why did I go to the pits?
7.
You had the victory in your
Did I?
hands.
Did I have stayed out on wets? I'd have been rolling the blue dice while everybody else was rolling.
The red.
You're not on that.
No, you're on the red.
You're on the red.
We've been on the wet tyres for so long.
11. Yes.
Hmm.
I could actually use a breaking now. I'm not going
So
to.
apparently I've just thrown victory away. Had I? Really? I think if I'd have stayed out on wets, I would have just... No. This dice is... It's an average of 7
Well, that's
compared
what,
to an average of
6.5.
10.
That's what-
6.5,
that's what-
10.5.
that's what Lewis Hamilton did last season. He stayed out on wets when the rest of the entire rest of
Well,
the
he-
field
Oh,
all
in
came in,
Hungary, yeah. In Hungary,
Yeah.
and everybody passed him.
Yeah.
So it's me.
Yeah, I don't think it would have worked.
10 plus 7.
Okay,
Right.
saying I could have held everybody up.
Adam, you
Yeah,
rolled
that-
D6.
That's basically what I was...
Oh,
Yeah,
so
you're
it's
rolling the wrong one. You'd have a roll of 17 out of the pit.
2 is how much?
3
3. Okay.
plus 7.
So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
But that you counted that one as 2 when it was 1. So I think you go one
So you,
further.
you're there. Yeah.
So let's just check 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Okay, Ian.
3
Is 3.
plus
Plus 4.
4, so 7. So 1, 2,
Ugh,
4,
I get 2.
5, 6,
Right.
7. Break. No, because I wouldn't really get the benefit.
Right then. But I'm going to push it now. But then again, everybody else has still got engines and brakes left. We're on the last lap.
Nothing happens.
I think at this stage you'd need to roll 1, 2, 3, 4. You need to roll 10 weather things for it to change.
Yeah.
So is Ayrton
I
Grogan
mean,
going to storm through?
I'm going to try. I'm going to spend everything I've got. But the problem is, so is everybody else. Oh, and fix my car damage. Yes, thank you.
Use an engine.
Yeah,
3.
it's the problem. Everybody's going to be doing that now.
Yeah, but you've got loads more than me.
11.
I do.
1, 2, 3,
But
4,
people are rolling 11s.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Well, I re-rolled my dice to get that.
Right.
11. And I'll use brakes to go 1, 2, 3.
No brakes left.
Got 1 point of brake left.
Yeah.
It's just like the practice game.
Yeah, except you had 1 point of brake left on lap 2.
And 1 point of engine. I
Yeah.
think it was as well. Or
we
1 or 2.
were kind of pushing it a bit.
Well, you were. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was right at the back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Get all that driver skill.
Yeah.
Can you use it?
Mm,
You could just use it next then.
yeah.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Here it comes.
Which
You
means
can break.
I can brake
Yeah. And you can use all
and
of
go
it.
1, 2, 3.
Here it is.
Yes, you don't.
There you go. I'm coming for you, Ian.
Very nice.
I've got 2 bits of my car hanging off.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if you've got 2 bits of your car off, how come you haven't been given the meatball flag?
Slightly below average. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to use a brake. 1, 2, 3. And I could use up to 3 driver skill now, couldn't I?
You could?
To move around the rest.
Yeah. And then you could use an engine.
I think I'll do that. Yeah. 1, 2,
You gonna do it?
Yeah.
And an engine?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a commanding lead.
What a turn.
12.
That's the one.
Got no other options to use now.
All right, it's about managing the tyres and the engine.
And I'll use the skill point.
11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. I shall use engine. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
And a brake.
Yes. 1, 2, 3.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And an engine to go 1, 2, 3. Am I? Yeah, I am. So a brake. Oh, but then if it's
You didn't need to go sideways. You could have moved forward to there and then gone 1, 2, 3 ahead.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't be able to be on the racing line.
true, but you're close.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine because I'll use my brakes at the start of next turn when Ian's not there.
Weather.
It's
Yeah.
weather.
So it doesn't matter whether you late brake at the end of the time or the start
Or
of the
start,
turn.
yeah.
Yeah. Unless you wanted to overtake.
It's just getting into your head that you can retroactively use things from the start of your turn.
I'm going to skill 11 instead. Yep, thank you.
Almost there. Almost home.
11.
You know when one driver gets way ahead, everybody boos them.
Really?
Just so you know,
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
when you're drinking your champagne and receiving your award.
Yeah. That's probably what the opponents say in the real thing, isn't it?
I'm sure you'll be quite happy with that.
Yeah.
I just spray everyone with champagne again.
11.
What'd you get? 11.
1, 2, 3,
We're all rolling high
4,
numbers.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to use a skill point.
Driver skill to get to there.
12.
Yeah.
And I'll use
Engine.
to go.
Yeah. Gonna need a miracle. So, first of all, I'm going to spend a brake, the late brake. 1, 2, 3. I think I'm going to. Oh no, I could spend an engine first, couldn't I?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll spend an engine first
Then you can use
to get to there.
Then
Then you
Then
can
I'll
use
spend a
brake,
brake
yeah.
to go 1, 2, 3.
And then you have your 11.
Then I'll spend my 11 and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, I caught up, but I couldn't use any driver skill that turn because I started.
and,
Yeah.
and now you could use an engine to overtake all of us.
I could use an engine to go 1, 2, 3 and do a double overtake.
You
could.
could.
No, in fact, it would be 2 engine points.
It would be 2 engine.
I'm going to
Well,
do
because
it.
You've already used.
I'm going to do it. So because I've already pushed my engine once this turn, pushing it again costs 2
2
engine points.
Yeah.
And because we're on a straight, I can slipstream. So my first one is there. I've got 3 movement points. So that's my first one. I'm now going to try and overtake.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say.
Do you want to try and defend?
Yes.
Oh, safety car.
So
Go spare.
I only have 2
Vice
movements
versa.
left.
No, no,
Use the
you-
safety car.
You'd win.
You
The
would
race would
win,
end
yeah.
under the safety car and you'd win.
Yeah.
You would still win.
Oh. So we didn't roll the same.
You're going to use 6.
I'm going to spend all 6 of my driver points to try and overtake you.
You just need to spend.
You
one.
need to spend
Just
1.
spend 1, yeah. Of course I'm going to do that.
Okay, so you spend 1. I stay where I am, but you've lost a skill point.
That's fine.
Oh,
Can you try the same again next
that
time?
was my big moment. Rob, I'm trying to bring some entertainment to the crowd.
No, I'm aware.
We have another weather.
I'm aware, but you're not getting on the podium.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Just casually sauntering home.
Is that right? It's there, is it?
He's reading a book while he's driving.
Watching the TV.
You're going to
Yeah.
spend your last skill point.
Well, I'll use it next time just in case.
Just use it next time. Yeah.
I probably will go.
And the engine.
Just all of it.
What happens if you?
Well,
Well, the cube is currently on a 1, so if you spend it, you're on 0.
And then if you take anything else, then you blow
So
up.
I'm going to
Yeah.
use my.
So I'm safe to use my engine.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yes.
I could have used my driver skill then, but it doesn't really make.
Well, you can use it at
my
the
last
beginning of your
break.
next turn.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And
So
then
you've now got no brakes left on the car.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Look at that.
12.
Look at that.
Close.
That is very close. And if you really wanted to, you could use your engine to move 3
Could move alongside.
or there. You could be right behind, but you'd have no engine and no.
But no. Then you have DRS.
Oh, Yes, we haven't explained the DRS rules.
I think we're about to. One,
But it's kind of
Two.
irrelevant.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so the way the DRS rules work, we have a DRS line here. If DRS is enabled, which is when it's not raining, on the turn in which you cross the DRS line, if you end up...
I can't do that.
Why?
Sorry.
Oh,
I've already
because-
used an engine point here,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
and I didn't have enough.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'll explain the rules anyway. on the turn in which you cross the DRS line, if you end up one movement, not one space, but one movement behind another car, you put the DRS counter next to your car. And then on your next move, you get +2 movement. We used it a lot in the last game, but we haven't in this game because of
Yeah,
the
it's been
rain
raining.
and stuff. But yeah, Peter can't push his engine twice. But still, caught up quite a bit considering your lead that you had. But you've been rolling 12s for the last 3 or 4 turns. Oh, look at that! He's rolled a 9.
Yeah.
Oh, he's re-rolling.
what difference for tyres, mate?
Spent those skill points. Oh, oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, then they need some brakes. got
Brakes or engine at
Right,
that
My
point.
engine is a bit in 1, so brakes would be 1, 2, 3. Oh, I could do.
And to
do
be honest, you
engines
could
and then
use
do brakes.
engine and then brakes,
Yeah.
and you'd end up here.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Wow. So you go to here with a big roll and then push the engine, late brakes, and you end up there. Well, I think that's any chance that I had of catching up gone.
You've just got to do the same.
Oh. Yeah. I rolled a 10 for a start, so I might as well re-roll.
So I've got DRS.
Oh, you do?
I do have DRS.
Ian has DRS because he's one move away from the yellow car.
I do indeed.
There you go. Well
DRS.
spotted. Got 11. First of all, I'm going to use my last remaining engine point to go 1, 2, 3. And I've got 11, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
If you use brakes.
And use my brake to go 1, 2, 3.
Skill point.
And then a skill point to move to there, which means I've also got DRS. Well, we couldn't have engineered it. Right, off we go.
Weather.
Yeah, not that it matters, but event
There
might
might be an
happen.
event.
There is not an event. No last minute surprises.
I think I'll stick with that.
I think that's probably it.
Well, I could roll another dice and stick with that if it's worse.
There's no point. Just spend the skill point to give you the extra 1 movement,
Yeah.
and then spend your 11.
Yeah.
So that's all your skill points gone.
And I could spend other stuff.
Once you're on the straight, yes.
No.
Well, you'll be past the line before you need to.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6,
Fireworks go off.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Is there anything in the rules about?
It's not furthest past.
I'm
First
not
past
sure.
the
I
post,
haven't. I never
something
read
like
that. I've never read
Just
that.
in
part.
case, I'll do that. I'll do a braking move here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right. So off you go then. What have you got left? You've got a breaking point left, which you could use
Re-roll that.
beforehand,
12, 10.
but you could use your brakes before.
No, I couldn't because I haven't got any.
Sorry. Oh, you get your engine.
It's the
You
engine.
could use your engine to get to here.
Yeah.
It's 1 extra movement, or just use your engine when you're here. Yeah.
So I'm going to get to there.
Okay. So the engine will get you an extra 3 spaces.
Maybe to there.
So this is where I pump my fist in the sky, like
That's
from
what
the
you do.
car. Yeah,
So let's do that.
Then you start crying on the radio.
yeah.
In your mum and your dog.
Thanks,
Right.
Mike.
So you get +2 to the die roll.
13.
Hmm.
Well, I might as well spend the brakes.
Well, before you do that,
first.
why don't you spend the skill point in the corner?
Yeah. So spend a skill point.
So skill
to get
point
to
in the
there,
corner.
Then spend the brakes.
Brakes to go
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And then
And then I've got
13.
no-
Another skill.
13.
Another skill point.
Yeah.
Another skill point to there, and then 13.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, an engine point.
I haven't got any engines.
No.
I've used all of that. 1, 2, 3,
Not be furthest past the
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty crazy. But that's DRS. You've just done a DRS overtake on the straight and stolen second place. It should be furthest ahead, to be fair,
It should
because
be.
it's all
It should
simultaneous.
be,
I don't think so.
yeah.
Right, here we go. I need to do something similar. Unlikely to happen because I've no engines. And I rolled a 10.
You got brakes though.
So I'll spend a skill point to re-roll. Nah. So I
The
got my
order,
10.
the order in which the line is crossed determines the final position. No
Nah.
matter how many cells are left over once the finish line is crossed.
Okay, we might have to.
Okay.
No,
We might have to
rules,
write-
rules as written.
We might have to write to Arthur because that doesn't seem right.
Rules as written, yeah, so I completely agree, but also that's
So it doesn't matter for me.
how most other games
But
work.
yeah.
True. I
So
agree.
what am I doing? I'm going
I don't
skill. So I've got 12 in total with the DRS. So
Yeah.
I've got skill.
And then brakes.
Can I use another skill? You can use a maximum of 3.
Yeah, but, oh, okay.
No.
Yeah,
Not to get out of a corner.
I'm still in the corner.
Yeah, but you can't use a skill to get into the
yeah,
next
but it's
corner.
what you're going to go into.
Right. I'm using a
You can use
brake
brakes though.
to go 1, 2, 3.
Now you can use
Now
the
you can
skill.
use-
Then I use the other skill to go there.
And then you got.
And then I've got 12.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gonna try and overtake you.
Well, did we want to do that for me? Because
Yeah, we should have done. We should have done that for
And
you.
also, I
actually.
didn't move diagonally to there, so
Ah,
I should be there. I
okay.
think.
Do you want to do your overtake
Fine.
on?
I'm just going to move out of the way.
Not that it matters because the rules as written say
Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
order in which you cross the line.
Okay, go on then.
It just would have been nice to have an exciting shootout at the end. So you didn't crash.
I can't compete.
You
so-
can't compete, so you overtook him, and then I'm trying to overtake you. Off you go. I'm probably not going to succeed. No, I've got no skill points left. So you put up a fight, and I don't manage to get past you. And there you go.
There it is.
That's how it plays. So congratulations to Rob who won. Rules as written. Peter came second,
Yes.
but we're thinking it possibly should be
Definitely not.
maybe a variant rule. And then I tried my best at the end, and I managed to catch up quite a bit. But the objective of this video was to give you an idea of how it plays out. As I mentioned at the start, the rules are still being developed. There's a few tweaks that have been made. And the rules that we've played with today, I was speaking to Arthur this week about the soft tyres and the difference they're going to make in qualifying. That wasn't in the rulebook. So yeah, there's still some tweaks being made to the game. But if you're interested in the game, it's going to be going live on Kickstarter on the 5th of December. Other cards that we didn't see. So event cards, you can get series breakdown,
That was
which is
horrible.
that happened to us in the practice game this afternoon. You can actually have a safety car come out as part of an event card. You can get damage to your brakes, damage to your engine, and we've also got the driver skill cards and also the team skill cards that give each player an individual power and can adjust the starting values that you've got. But as a core system, I think it does something quite different from other racing games. First of all,
Yeah.
this is one of the few racing games where there isn't a maximum speed per corner.
Yeah.
A lot of the racing games that I've played have if you're going faster than 4 in this corner, you're going to spin off. It doesn't have that. I also really like the auction mechanic for overtaking. I find that quite thematic.
Yeah.
That two players are actually battling it out,
Yeah.
and they have to exert a lot of effort to overtake each other. And I think that works quite well. And we saw it a little bit in this game. Unfortunately, we had the accident at the start. If we hadn't have had the accident, we'd have seen that a bit more.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it has more Formula One in it than other racing games. Which, to be fair, like we were talking about Heat earlier on, but Heat is a Formula One racing game, but set in the 60s.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have DRS. It doesn't have pit stop. It doesn't have tyre choices and life and things like that. It's a very different genre. This is very much a modern Formula One racing game with a lot of stuff thrown in. Anything else anybody wants to add?
Well, it had two completely different characters to it, didn't it? The dry race
Totally.
and the wet race just felt completely different.
We were going round and round at the wet race, all rolling
Yeah.
the same die, all going 6 or 7,
Yeah,
waiting for it to get dry again.
exactly.
Which is exactly
like
what
the real
yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
You see them all going round, and you know.
If I had been one turn later, or the weather had been one turn earlier, I would have been in serious trouble, I think.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
that's what sometimes happens in the race. Is the rain happens or stops at just the wrong time, and somebody's just gone past the pits, and they miss the opportunity, and then everybody behind them comes in,
Just go straight past.
and
them.
it simulates that, and
Yeah.
the weather can catch you out. But
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. If it had have happened one turn later, you'd have been here
On wet tyres.
on wet tires. We would have pit, and then you'd have been going around rolling this.
Yeah. So I'd have been 2 turns ahead, but that dice is only just
It's
a bit more than half.
But Arthur was saying I should have stayed out. He's suggesting I should have stayed out. Now the thing is, if I'd have stayed out, I can't remember how bad my tyres were at that point, but I would have gone across here
There would have been one lap.
with wet tyres in the dry.
Yeah.
Like full wet tyres. I think that means it goes down by 3. So it could have been that I ended up in the -1, which means I'm actually trundling around on wet tyres that are not suited.
A good proportion of your movement in the last lap is from the thing.
Is from the brakes. Yeah, maybe that's what he was saying. Maybe I should have taken track position by not coming into the pit, stayed out on the wets, and then just used my engine and brakes just to try and stay ahead.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
There is an advanced. This will be definitely a more advanced rule or set of rules. There's nothing in here about energy management of hybrid.
No, we don't have that. We don't have the energy management
There's
in
also
there.
all of these. I've just realised don't have halos,
Right. Okay.
which all the other iconography,
Right.
the other
Okay.
artwork does.
Yeah. And we were only doing a 6-lap race today. So if we were doing a 12-lap race, what would have happened if we'd done a 12-lap race? We've got sun for a bit. The sun probably would have stayed.
might well have rained again.
Well, it probably would have done. If this goes round about 2 times per lap, then it would have been lap 7, lap 8, lap 9. It'd have started raining again probably on lap 10 or 11.
Right.
We'd have had a little bit of rain at the end.
Dash the pits.
And this weather table, I believe, is unique
I
for
was going
each.
to say I wasn't expecting a three-stop race for a 6-lap race.
No. But that was all down to that event card.
It was
That meant suddenly the weather shifted.
completely changed.
And you get that in Formula One. You get all of these £1 million weather detection devices, and you have men sat on hills watching the weather and everything else. And then all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, the weather turns and they're like, "Uh-oh, there's rain on the way." And you're like, "Well, hang on a minute. The rain was supposed to hit in half an hour, and suddenly it's here." It does happen. So the weather kind of that threw a spanner in the works of this game. It came on like lap 1, didn't it?
It was lap 1. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. But yeah, both of our games today have been very different, and that's down to the weather. This afternoon's game, weather came lap 4. I think it started raining on lap 4.
We forced it, didn't we? But
We
yes.
did because we wanted to see the rules. But depending on where this starts, so if this marker was to start, here, you're likely to have a dry race
Yeah.
unless you're playing a lot of extra laps.
Might be interesting to play this one with 3 kind of wet.
Well, that's it.
Isn't that
You
right?
roll 2 dice to see whether it starts, and it might start in the wet, and then
Well,
suddenly,
and also then you roll this one to see how quickly.
yeah.
Change.
So you're racing on wet tires at the start, and then it starts to dry out, and then it starts to. So, yeah.
It feels as though this is the kind of game which will prompt enthusiasts for the sports
Yeah.
to come up with all kinds of myriad house rules.
Variants.
Just for
options,
little
variants,
tweaks.
little tweaks
Yeah.
for the 5-second penalty for
Yeah.
overtaking
For
it,
re-cracking
or
into
unsafe
it, yeah.
release, and all of that. You can just sense that that's just waiting to happen.
Yeah,
I think overtaking in the pit stops needs to be
Yeah.
thought
I think that
about,
definitely needs.
because I think
be
coming
looked at.
in on the same turn with a higher speed,
You should get out
remaining,
more.
you should get out
Yeah.
first.
Definitely, I think so, and that would be an easy rule.
It might be that it has to be, two more than something or something. It might
Yeah.
not be just exact,
Yeah.
one. But I think that
Yeah.
there's definitely something. In
And we
there.
were talking earlier on. I personally, this is my own personal opinion. I think that soft tires should give you a bonus at the start of the race. I think you should
Oh,
get
I completely agree
some
with you.
bonuses. Maybe not a +1, but something like that at the start of the race. But there's lots of tweaks that can be made.
Same with restarting after safety cars.
Restarting after the safety car again. If you're on
Soft
soft tires, again, all things that we know from watching lots of Formula
Mm.
One races. But there's a balance between complexity and
Yeah.
There's a lot of Formula One enthusiasts in the hobby.
yes,
There's a
there
lot of
is.
this game. A lot of copies of this game are going to get sold. When
Yeah.
it's Kickstarter. What? Next
Kickstarter's on the 5th of December.
5th of December.
Yeah. But the point of this video is to help you make a decision to see if it's a game that you're interested in. From a Eurogamer's point of view, Willem mentioned, are we covering roll and move games? This game is a hybrid. Yes, it's dice for movement, but the dice they're average dice
Yeah.
with a modifier. They're not just like a D6 plus a number. So, the blue dice, for example, is 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8.
Yeah.
So it's within a boundary.
Yeah.
But on top of that, you've got the resource management game.
Yeah.
You've got the engines.
Yes.
You've got the brakes. You've got the driver skill. And as we found out this afternoon, it's knowing when to spend them at the right point to trigger that
So
overtake.
there's only a small amount
Yeah.
of variation in your movement caused by the dice. The rest of your movement is your decisions about where you're going to spend these points
Yeah.
and how far you're going to move ahead.
Yeah.
How to get everything
So
to
you
flow
might you-
together.
I mean, you might move 17, 18 spaces in one turn, but there's only a very small amount of that which is random.
Yeah, 2 or 3 difference because of the dice
And
itself.
besides which, there is a time and a place for dice rolling, and car racing games is definitely it. isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. I was going to say, you've also covered roll and move games. You played Merlin.
I have, yeah, that's true.
Also, the number of dice you roll during the course of the game is maybe 30 times, and that probably averages out.
It should average out.
I mean, you started off with terrible rolls at the beginning, and,
Yeah,
and,
and
got
And then
really
the safety
good
car
ones.
came out, and you went,
And
"Oh
you
right,
went-
that's where the accelerator is."
Yeah.
And at the end, I was hoping to have caught up, and then you two just kept rolling 12s and 11s at the
Yeah.
end, and it was like, "Oh!" Suddenly, you put the extra juice in.
It feels very thematic. The whole thing just feels really good.
Yeah. Cool. Anyway, we're all done. So thank you very much to you three for joining me.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Let me know if you've enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment in the description. And as I mentioned at the start, big thank you to Do It Games for asking me to create this video. And also a big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters who help fund the channel. If you like the content that I create and you want to support the channel, you can do so at patreon.com/gaming rules. I will be back next week with some more live streams. Until then, take care. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.